Guardians Galaxy 3. What day it is? I'm like, bro, I don't know you. That's not even like, like what the fuck?
I thought the opposite thing where people were like, so on Borderlands 2, there's Tiny Tina, and then there's the girl from 3 that people hated. And then some dude made a joke talking about the girl from 3. It's time to talk about how she's better than Tiny Tina. And it was just like a few people like, actually, no, this is right. No, like, no April, no joke. This is true. And that's
You
what I
guys
kept saying all day.
Well, you guys know what was the ultimate April Fool's joke, right?
Common
Yeah,
sales.
that we were gonna get the Yuri on Ice movie this year, but then I looked it up and it's not fucking true.
Nope.
The
Nope.
best April Fools was last year when Sega officially said we released a game called Murder Sonic the Hedgehog. No one took them seriously and was like, oh wait, shit, they're not kidding. They released the game.
The people that found it the next day, oh, this is real. This is
That
a
was
full
a-
game.
Then a whole
always
game it
something
was
to
free
agree
on
on,
Steam.
bro.
No one believed it for the longest time.
The best April Fool's joke was actually by Deadpool when he made that little skit with Slater from Saved by the Bell, because like they were announcing, he was doing an interview with Ryan Reynolds, and they were announcing the upcoming Deadpool movie is going to be PG-13, only for Deadpool to come in and slam him with a huge light. Beep you, Slater. It's rated R. Yeah.
Speaking of that, since Deadpool isn't a topic, I really do want to start off with this. We told you which they do this to Deadpool all the goddamn time. That's Deadpool's destiny. He's gonna get with someone. It's gonna be important for one book, and then off screen they're gonna break up, and then they're gonna act like it doesn't matter. They do that shit every time.
They did it with Shikla after Jerry Duggan was done with his Deadpool run. They did it with what's her name?
Also, Bloodstone. They did it with Outlaw that one time, where she was starting to give him a chance. It happens every time. That's the Deadpool cycle of women.
But to be fair, most of them end up being standards. So they didn't exactly kick down the curb,
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, this isn't like Captain America comics where like they introduce a new character for like 5 issues and they're never going to go back to that character ever again. Like I'm sure we're going to see Valentine pop up sometime in the future. Same thing with Shikla,
Yeah, there's gonna be some random writer who returns or decides to randomly do something with it, but it's like, I can't keep getting invested if you're not gonna keep anything going past one book, bro.
Yep.
Y'all got to at least get y'all follow up people to do something with it. That's all I ask.
Yep.
Oh, hello, audience. Good to see you there.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
What's going on?
I still got Miku Expo next weekend.
Good for you, Witch.
So
I just realized this.
on the 13th, I won't be there for movie night. Sorry, guys.
Nah, that's okay.
That's fine. We can do G.I. Joe that day then, because I know you weren't really excited for that film.
I did not hear anything you just said right now.
We can do G.I. Joe that day, because I know you weren't really excited for that film.
Oh,
You
I'm
can't hear
so
the sound
excited
of
for
freedom.
G.I. Joe. Oh my god, no. Oh no, why did you guys do G.I. Joe on the day
G.I.
that
Joe
I'm
without
not going to be
you?
able to be there?
We're going to do G.I. Joe without you, and Witch is going to feel so bad about it, he's just not going to care.
We're gonna close his heart.
There you go. Hi, guys.
Right.
So anyway, we're the Fanatics. I feel like we should talk about it.
Okay. Guess we might as well talk. Okay, we might as well start this show. All right, audience. Welcome to Comic Live. Me, Cricket 415. I'm out of intros. Go ahead.
You're always out of intros.
Go, Jake.
My name is Jake Tylenol, Master of the 4 Elements, the one who killed Fire Lord Ozai because Egg wasn't strong enough to do it.
What are you sneaking in sale or something? That's not impressive, bro. They got captured. What did you do? This man is sleeping?
I went to the prison cell. I killed him, bro. Zuko wasn't
Yeah,
watching.
that's like putting the Punisher in prison. Just be like, oh well, I can't believe you killed him. Like, yeah. The guys can do it. But
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. We'll let it slide for now. Ace Comics 3685. Almost got my number again. I don't know. I've been spacing the last 2 weeks. Austin. I don't know, man. I guess I'm a Joe right now, to be honest. Just average Joe.
You're an average wall.
Not a GI variety.
I wish
Put a
I was a wolf.
GI in it. Put a GI in it, Austin.
No, I haven't joined that team yet.
Anyways, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, and I am no longer the boyfriend of Adam Frankenstein. I am now officially his husband. Let's fucking go.
I don't approve.
I didn't ask for your approval.
I'm gonna show up.
Bitch, we already signed the papers.
I'm gonna do something.
I already signed the papers, okay? Now I
I'm
have 3 husbands, and you can't stop me.
I'm sure there's a multiversal lawyer somewhere that I can use to help too.
I have 3 husbands now. You cannot stop me. I am all powerful.
Spread the love, witch. Spread the love.
Hell yeah.
Say it, Jake.
While you're spreading that, witch, also spread our socials while you're at
Wait,
it.
I forgot to tell the audience that together we form Fanatics and we talk about the comic news and reviews of the week. Sometimes
Yay.
last, depending on the day. Wish,
Yes.
do you know anything about our socials?
Yeah. You know who doesn't know about our socials? The audience. And Austin. Anyways, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, or I will send this Maddie Pryor on your ass. You do not want that. We're good
I do.
friends, by the way. Anyways, you can also follow us on Twitter at ComicFanatic69. If you're lucky, I might post something today. Who knows? Anyways, if you want to follow me, your boy, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. You get the idea. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim. You do not need to know my other socials. I'm not telling you them. You're going to have to look for them yourselves. Anyways.
The hunt for Tumblr continues.
Bitch, you do not remember my Tumblr. Anyways, it's fine.
I said, okay.
If you want to find Austin, he's in your walls. Austin is in your walls. He's a brick wall inside your walls. Yeah. Don't think we haven't tried. Yeah. Anyways, Jake, I don't know where he is. He's hanging out with some people who can manipulate the elements. I don't know. They would lose to Storm anyways.
I knew he was following her around.
Leave them alone. Anyways, if you want to find Cryptid, you know where to look. He's hanging out, I don't know, in his words, the most patriotic city ever, which is apparently somewhere in New Jersey.
I stand out amongst the Jersey boys, man. What can I say?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, after that, let's go on to the topics, guys. Austin, you want to start us off, man?
Yeah. Good Times trailer.
Ain't
So,
we lucky?
We're not lucky. Don't do that. We're not lucky at all. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let him trick you with that theme song. We're not lucky. This is so people don't know. Good Times was a show from what, the 80s, I believe, 70s, 80s. You want to say?
Yes.
But it was about a black family, and it was just about making the most of your family, like of their marriage and going through tough times, all this other stuff. This reboot is, for some reason, people saw that show and said, "You know what we do? We're gonna give this reboot to Seth MacFarlane, the guy behind Family Guy and stuff." And then he just kind of gave it to this female showrunner who hasn't seen the show, whose name I'm not finding right now.
Oh God!
But
which not watching a black sitcom from the 1970s. I just want to put that in there.
Yeah,
and then make a show about it. You know, kind of racist.
because you watched the trailer, Jake saw a little bit of it. There's nothing. This trailer is Good Times.
No.
At all. There's some people that try to act like they're JJ, who's the most popular character from that show, or act like they're. Well, mainly just JJ, really. That's the only one who has anyone in that trailer that seems like him a little bit.
About the mom, bro, from Good Times.
The mom didn't feel like her at all.
Okay.
I'll argue, like, the mom and the sister are probably the worst part of the show. Because they're not trying to, like, just redo the old show or the lessons of the old show. they're full on trying to modernize the show with new gen problems when the old problems are still the same problems we have. So it's
Also,
like
why are you
you're getting out of touch
rebooting it?
for what you're doing right now.
Why are
Wow.
you rebooting the sitcom? Just make a new sitcom now. They all do
Yeah,
the same beat.
you're rebooting a sitcom. You're making it animated for no reason.
Okay. So,
Why this of all things? Why Seth MacFarlane? You chose the whitest man to remake the blackest sitcom?
I guess
There's nothing terribly wrong with that, but it's like
I guess
inherently, it's like that wouldn't be my first choice.
I guess they looked at his resume and saw Cleveland show. What can I say? You know?
But yeah, the Cleveland show, the best black representation I ever seen on a show that was great with black representation. No, man. It kind of feels like, but people don't know. If you watch Good Times, the father in Good Times left because he felt the show was becoming too gimmicky, and instead of focusing on the wife and him trying to make this family work and succeed and grow and all the other stuff, they started focusing more on JJ. This show feels like it was like, forget all that. We're gonna focus on the kids with their modern problems, which aren't a big deal, but make it seem like the biggest deals of all time. I think you have to watch it. I wish I had another opinion on it because I can't really explain it. I was just as an old Good Times watcher, and before people say I'm not old, okay, they were before my time. I saw reruns, and I go there.
Austin is old.
I can't wait.
I'm a wall.
I
Yeah,
can't wait
but
till they
walls are old.
listen. I can't wait till they reboot Sister. All right, that's gonna be the one.
That's the one I see them rebooting that before this one.
Living single.
Living Single, the Parkers, all that probably could have got rebooted for Good Times, to be honest.
Yep, I'm the only one here championing for a reboot of the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls probably a reboot actually could work, to be honest. there might be something.
And before people say I'm old, keep in mind it was my D scratch that got me for that show. So
It's just not a good idea. Like you're doing make factory produce a company. Figure out how to make it work. I don't know why you need the Good Times name.
Yeah, there's nothing here that's related to Good Times. So I'm saying unless it's actually like the modern day in that same universe, I don't know why they'll choose that name. It has nothing to do with it at all. Let me look up see if the character names are the same.
Yeah. They just want that audience. They just want that audience nostalgia since there's a pre-existing fan base there, so they know they're already gonna give.
Bro, that fan base is old as shit.
Also, sitcoms just naturally gain traction. I don't know about sitcoms today, but sitcoms just naturally gain traction usually.
If it's funny, it's gonna get shared around and get seen.
Yeah.
I just think you need to give sitcoms a season 2 just in case, because some catch on a little bit later, but that's about it. Because reboots. Yes. So the father played by JB Smooth. And that's the only name I recognize. Ain't gonna lie. Yeah, this seems like something JB Smooth would do. People don't know that's the black teacher from Spider-Man films. Now you recognize it? Huh?
Yeah, I recognize him. I recognize him for his one-time appearance on Talking Dead.
That's fair. That's fair too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the only name I recognize from this list that they're saying. I really wonder why. Yeah, just a reimagining. It's the Evans family, so it's the same family being reimagined, and their struggles and triumphs are being re-seen through contemporary modern lenses.
Wait, but this is going to be taking place in modern times, or still back in this time period?
They say modern problems, so I assume it's now.
Modern problems with solutions.
Oh, okay. It says it follows the latest generation of the Evans family, navigating life in one of Chicago's last housing projects. It will be in Monday.
They still in the projects?
Well, this is descendant of that family, so they're related to the old show. These like
I
their like
don't,
let's say like grandkids or grandkids for kids and shit like
I
that.
would expect a show like that to end with them like going being like in better position than when they started. I don't know why they still in the
Yeah,
project.
it's weird. All those kids were set up for success by the end of that show. The find out that they're either their kids or their kids are back in the project is crazy.
Right.
Oh,
That's
But
awesome.
JB Smooth plays Reggie, who's a cab driver. His wife Beverly, their son Junior, their activist daughter Gray, and their drug dealing infant son Dalvin. So he's a boss baby for some reason.
oh,
And don't forget, this is in the same universe as the real life stuff. So now
wow.
they're boss babies and stuff in good times.
Mm.
Look, if someone watches the show,
Well,
you like it, all for you. But this ain't what good times was, so it feels weird to reboot it like this. I'm just all I'm gonna say. This show might be God tier. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but off premise, I
reboot.
probably won't watch the show.
Reboots are all the rage these days. What can you say, you know? Or reviving forgotten franchises, you know? So, yeah.
So what you're saying is we're not lucky to
I
get.
want. I need them to confirm episode one whose family this is. This better be related to JJ. It better be, bro. I don't know. That's your deal. The other kids were like so set up for success compared to JJ, who was like just making it as an artist.
That sounds like, man, this sounds like it's going to be a production reboot.
Yeah, if y'all have anything to say, we can move on. But it's like, man, this is kind of heartbreaking to see that family make it so far and only to end up back in the project.
Look, can we expect good times in the future at a certain point, you know?
What do you think, Jake?
That's kind of offensive. You think
Yeah.
about it.
Anyway, I guess we spoke enough about that. You guys, we'll move on. Who
Yeah.
wants to do the next one?
Not it.
I hear Peter Parker's dead. Long live Spider-Man.
Yay!
MCU Peter Parker, no more.
And now we're not talking about Miles becoming a Super Saiyan and all the other dumb shit that happened. Okay? We're not doing that.
Yeah.
And now he means by Peter Parker's dead, Spider-Man is here forever. That's not what it is. So people don't know the premise of Spider-Man 4, at least the one Marvel is moving forward with. We don't know how much influence Sony has on the film. You already know they want like the multiverse bullshit story and all that stuff. But the premise that we know of so far is that Peter is basically, Spider-Man has basically abandoned everything with Peter's life. We know everyone forgot who he was, and now even he's kind of forgetting who he was in a sense of like all there is for him in life now is Spider-Man, and that's all he does. Peter Parker might as well not have a life.
He's gonna be like Andrew, where he got so consumed by the darkness that he's gonna be nothing but Spider-Man.
I'm sure that's what they're going for. But like I thought the premise was fine. I was like, that's what I wanted. Him to like go full on in on it. But that's the whole thing you set up. Like I'll hate for them to come back and he immediately has his own like good little cushy life, making it day to day. Like, like Spider-Man, like the Tobey Maguire films. Where it's like, yeah, I kinda live in a rundown house, but I got to I owe this guy rent across the street, his daughter kinda likes me. I'm just working at Daily Bugle, living regular life. I thought that would be kind of cheap. Have to have him give up everything. So watching him delve more into basically losing himself, I think is a good touch at the opening of 4. I think the main thing everyone wants to know and needs to know is just who's the villain for the film.
Well, isn't it obvious? Since Peter Parker is going to be going a dark route, it only makes sense he gets a dark suit. Wink,
No.
wink. Yeah.
No. No. Yeah, they're still going to do that. Yeah, they're going to do that. I meant more like, are they just going to do a new version of Venom, or are we going to do the Scorpion thing? Scorpion also becomes Venom.
If they do Venom, here's the thing: it's going to be a combo package. They're going to also have to introduce Scorpion because Scorpion's really the only major Spider-Man villain that hasn't gotten his time on the big screen. You know?
Well, yeah, he's there. He just hasn't done anything. He's in jail. He probably got out by now, to be fair, but
and plus,
I think that's the best way to do it.
And plus,
That is all
the Venom, And plus, in the Venom mythology, Scorpion was Venom for a time, So
Yeah, so I wonder how do you do it? You give Peter the suit and you just have him like fight Scorpion. Scorpion gets a piece of it. Like he just because it's basically just Spider-Man 3. You want to do it like that, and then
oh,
Scorpion just becomes Venom Scorpion for the final fight.
I would so like it if you do it. Dedicated Tom Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and Tobey's like, "Do not get aggressive. Do not perform these dance moves, dude. They will haunt you for life. Trust me."
Yeah, I say only time we ever seen Tom even try to dance with his aunt. I don't think he's not dancing mood anymore, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
But that the go ahead, Jake.
It's untold, isn't it, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that the base premise is fine. We just got to see if they're going to do the full. We got to see who won the full debate between Sony and Marvel. Because Sony wanted a multiverse story, or they at least wanted big hints of the multiverse story in here. And Marvel's like, no, we just want a down to earth story of Peter Parker, well, as Spider Man. So
Oh, damn.
Venom kind of serves both because they established that Venom, at least in the movie, the movie and comics now, all of them are kind of connected, so they can see everything he can see into other universes technically, if the symbiote allows them to. I guess because the symbiote knows, so I assume he can. It should be able to, I guess.
Yeah, then the symbiote mentioned they've seen like thousands of other universes or something like that.
Yeah, apparently all across the multiverse, every symbiote is connected. At least every Venom is really far.
Yep.
So I guess we'll see how they handle it. At this point, I'm sure they're just trying to set up stuff because they probably want Peter to show up for the Knoll fight in Venom 3 if that happens.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess we'll have to see, man. You never know with Sony. Sony doesn't care. If it's not animated, Sony's not putting their best foot forward. That they've shown us for like 5 films in a row.
I don't think they watch the animation team. That's the only reason they come out together.
Do you really think Sony has a dartboard connecting everything in its universe?
Yes.
No, because they did. This universe would be easy to do. The Spider-Man villain universe should not have been this hard to set up. I don't know. They just make the worst choices in like every situation. It makes no sense.
Yep. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get a different tone Spider-Man in the upcoming future, audience. It's not gonna be like any ones we've seen from the Tom Holland universe yet. So
This is a good thing. He's growing up, so hopefully the movie grows up appropriately with him in a sense.
yep.
I do want to see him be more confident and more striking as Spider-Man. I don't want to see like he's not a teenager anymore. Let's get all the nervousness out when he's Spider-Man now. Especially if that's all he is.
I want to be bull, bro. I want to start bullying people, bro. Like, go.
I don't want to go that far. I don't want to go that far. He made the choice on his own to give away his own life, right? It's like Andrew Garfield, when it was taken from him. This guy gave it up willingly. He don't get the right to be mad at other people like that.
But yeah.
Unless he's trying to go bully Doctor Strange, I don't know what to tell you.
Why did you tell me about the spell?
What kind of idiot starts doing a spell for explaining everything about it? Huh?
You're a
child.
You should know that.
You didn't know NDA or anything to sign. No release papers. This is illegal.
I should sue you. I'll get my
Solve the problems. Go ask the Sorcerer Supreme, why don't you?
Yep.
Okay.
But I think we can move on.
Gotcha. All right, then. Let's move on. I guess I'll cover this one.
What are y'all typing hard as hell?
Like, oh god damn it. They can't even get a show.
I can't hear Cryptid, but
Yeah, Critic, you're getting low. What's going on? You okay?
I'm assuming he's talking about the Chucky movie.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I don't have my headset with me, so
it's all good, man.
Okay, but yeah, Chucky movie. I don't even know why you want to do this when they can't even make a consistently good TV series. You know?
I don't. I think they should have waited till after the the show ended
Yeah,
because I don't think anyone's filled with confidence right now for this movie. It's like
yeah.
it's kind of like well, pretty liking the show. The last two seasons clearly show like a different quality each time. And then
Yeah,
y'all had to postpone the other half for what 2 years now, 2.5 years maybe.
and
It's
that's
been
what
more than a
happened.
year.
And that's what happened. They're waiting for October's release date. That's what it is.
So yeah, it's like Chucky been dying for a minute. I don't know how you gonna breathe life back into this doll enough for a movie of all things.
No, here's what they're going to end up doing. I'm not gonna go into the article I posted on Hot Topics, but in that article, they specifically mentioned Don Mancini was asked about Chucky going to space.
Yeah, okay, now man, he already went to the White House, bro. I think we're done with all this too ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, that White House thing was a jump the shark moment for the franchise, honestly. This
I just don't know what made him think to do it.
It's just that Don Mancini wanted to write a story about the White House, and he just said, "Hey, I have this Chucky franchise going. Let me put that in." You know.
Yeah,
So
this show had to end on a highlight for me to think. The show had to end on a good note, and then the movie trial hasn't been made for me to care about this film. Because other than that, I have no real interest in seeing him on the big screen again.
yeah,
Which is funny because his best films, at least for me, has been on Netflix. Like, I still say Curse of Chucky and the one right after that are the best two films, other than the first film.
yeah, I like those because they went back to their horror roots. You know.
Yeah, he went. I guess that's the main fault. He went to comedy now with this show.
Hmm. Oh, in case people need a status update as to what's going on with Chucky and his TV series. Yeah, Chucky is down to one life. Apparently, that voodoo magic he has. And now it can only transfer his soul into a good guy doll, and right now there's only one good guy doll left. Supposedly.
Well, no, it's not even that anymore. Remember,
Oh,
Shambhala turned against him.
oh
So
yeah,
now the body he's in is his real body, and it's aging rapidly to his actual age.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. That's what ended up happening. It was because the kid from
He
research,
got possessed at one point when he put a church man or something at some point. And
yeah,
Shambhala's like, nah, that's not cool.
they performed an exorcism on Chucky, and there was the kid converted to a religion, which is why he's losing the magic.
I think it's really weird. This kid's like, yeah, not only if he does survive, it is only one doll, and they already know what that doll is right now.
Mhm.
Unless they do that thing again in season 2 when they're like, oh, actually, that Tiffany doll or this other random doll is actually a Chucky doll in the time.
To be honest, I wouldn't hold that against them off with something like that because they really just make and break their own rules. Voodoo itself has Voodoo and Chucky. There's no limit to it, really. You know, they just use it as Easter eggs a lot. You know,
Yeah, I think we saw this coming when they already did like the 50, the 72 Chucky plan, and then it didn't do it, didn't lead anywhere, and they did this like a similar thing again. We had this whole big plan, and it just didn't lead anywhere. So the whole thing just felt like it didn't mean anything. Yeah.
What's happening?
No, I guess which of them couldn't hear you that well, Kurt. I heard you though.
I couldn't hear you either. What is happening?
Sorry, audience. We're
He
having
told you he don't have his headphones.
Oh, you should get it.
But anyway, I don't know who's excited for this Chucky movie. I mean, if it goes into space, you know, it's going to go back to the campy crap. You know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Jake, do you have any thoughts on this, man?
No.
Yeah, you watched the show. No, talk about it. You saw the show.
I saw the show, but I don't even remember the show that well. I'm gonna lie to you.
Oh my god, the main character is you.
I like my name, but he not me for him.
Oh man.
You remember Jake Devin? What's the other girl's name? Lacey? Stacy? Lacey?
He is not Shepard from Stargate. He is not me for real. Okay? He's not me for real. He's not even me for real.
Yeah.
I was saying, unless this movie brings back Glinda and that whole thing, with GG now,
Yep.
I don't think I have like any real second up like that.
The actor who played the cop from the first Chucky cosplay movie, he did say he would be interested in coming back.
Okay.
I don't know how many people are fans of what that detective, but I guess.
Yeah, whatever he said.
Yeah. But guys, any final thoughts before we move on?
No,
Yeah, watch Stargate Atlantis, people. Yeah, great job.
no,
Yeah.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
First season. Peak.
As a person who loves Stargate Atlantis, I don't think you deserve that goodness. No, you can't watch it.
Listen, season 1 is peak fiction.
Okay. Speaking of peak fiction, do you want to talk about our next topic?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
let's
Witch.
do that.
Go ahead.
I want to talk after Witch.
X-Men 97
Dun,
episode.
dun, 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 dun.
Stop. Hey, we're not trying to get copyrighted. Go Witch.
Yeah, no copyright for right now. Okay, that's for the end. For the last 2 seconds of the live. But oh my god, served cunt and did not feel bad about it. I loved this episode. It was great.
Mhm.
I was right though. I was right. Okay, I told you that quote unquote Jean was actually Madeline because guess what? Madeline don't have fainting spells like Jean.
Hey, you know what, Witch? You know what,
No,
Witch?
we're sorry for assuming Jean can become a stronger woman when she has a baby in her stomach. Okay.
You know what, Witch?
Because it wasn't Jean.
You know what, Witch? We give W claps for that. You get claps.
No. I'm just saying, if Spider-Woman can fight crime while pregnant, Jean should be able to not faint while pregnant. That's all I'm
Keep
saying.
in mind, you gotta remember, Madeline was the one who was carrying Cable, not Jean. If you wanted to talk about Jean, you would talk about Rachel.
Mhm.
I don't know talking about her.
Guess what? Rachel ain't in the so we gotta wait.
Yeah, she's not even in the universe. Regardless.
Exactly.
Anyways, fuck you, Sinister, for existing. We need to put this man on a list. I don't know what list, but a
He
list.
is. He's on a list. The top 5 villains list. Senator's there because he's not a great villain in the sense of you like to see him. He's great in the sense of this guy is the worst person I've ever seen in my life.
He literally gave a baby a techno-organic virus for shits and giggles.
Dude, he put a
To
baby in
be fair, to be fair, he said if they let it run its course while in the tub, Cam would have been fine. He also would have been invincible.
Regardless, that was still an unpleasant scene to see him like put a baby like in a tub.
It was terrifying to see a baby in a test tube. That was crazy.
I don't like the science behind it. That baby should have drowned to death. You know, babies can't even drink water.
No. The baby had he had a thing on his face.
Oh.
No, I don't think he did.
Like, I just put a thing on my baby's face. He can survive.
It's not water. It's not water. But the techno virus and the thing was mixing. Like it was. But a half machine, half man thing. It would have saved him. Okay, dang.
The aspect of that was cringy. That's the thing, Austin. You know.
Well, listen.
I'm agreeing. It wasn't a pleasant sight. I'm just saying. I understand his plan.
Before we go forward, we should announce that we talk about spoilers here. We won't try to spoil not too much, but we will probably.
We're gonna spoil all of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a lie. We're gonna spoil everything. I want to talk about everything.
But yeah, X-Men 97 episode 3. We start off with the revelation that Jean, she's not Jean. And I don't mean like they lead up to debate. They're like, no. Beast comes in, scientifically speaking, down to the base level of DNA. This woman we spent 2 episodes with, possibly multiple seasons with, is not Jean. That's not Jean.
Oh, so you're telling me when you're doing all these experiments to figure out this baby, so you can tell the blood was different? You can do anything with that?
No, compared to. Why would I ever suspect?
No,
Jean was not.
The only
already got Jean's records, nigga.
No, the only reason he was able to determine who was real and who was not was he just carbon dated each person, you know?
Yeah. He needed 2 samples. He needed the original.
Hey, and the fans knew.
Yeah.
The fans knew.
In their hearts.
Yeah, but no. We all agreed that it was probably her. My point was, I think it would have been cooler to have Jean actually be a mom. Okay,
No, listen.
And she is.
I
a
said
mom.
it last
She's
issue.
not right
No,
now.
she's not.
It's-
I think
Austin,
not right now.
Austin, I can't.
Jean Grey has not gave birth to any actual children in canon.
That's why I said not yet.
Austin,
Yeah.
I can't fault the writers for wanting to stay close to the source material. You know. So,
Well, you
No,
saw-
no, no, no. I'm not faulting them for doing so. It's a good twist and still all that other stuff. I was just saying that was my only reason for saying that I wish Jean was the main one.
Well, you saw what they quietly did, right? They quietly just got rid of that plot of Scott and Jean leading the scene.
They're
Yeah.
like, no.
I just
Also,
Well, to be fair, when he was about to leave, turns out Jean wasn't Jean. To be fair,
what were you saying? Liv?
Can we move on and from the Jean stuff, the Jean and Madeline stuff? We'll come back to it. I just
What do you want to talk about? What do you want
that's
to
the
talk
most important part of the episode.
about? Hang on,
No,
which
there's
one?
more. There's more things.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
What do
with
you
Madeline.
Important, but I want to bring them up before I forget.
want- Okay.
So we find out that one of Remy LeBeau's fears is, I guess, Rogue getting it on with Magneto. That's a fear.
No,
that
it's him.
he has.
It's a fear of him seeing it. It's not that it's happened. He already knows it happened.
I
Him
know.
seeing it though is
But you know what I
terrifying.
mean.
does anybody want to be cuckold in Gambit's situation?
Yeah,
Seriously?
what kind of man doesn't fear coming home his wife
I mean,
pick riding his villain?
I don't think we're saying that he's weird for it. We're just saying that we got to see it. We got to see him just being like,
Also, you know what else we got to see though?
What?
We got to see Morph acting all flirty with Wolverine.
okay, listen, I want to talk about
Who?
that. Like, I don't mind him. I don't mind Morph having a crush on Wolverine. That's all fine. Bro,
What?
don't go in my shower. Don't go in my shower. Well, I'm trying to I don't know you like that.
It's like a group shower.
Say it again.
It's a group shower. It's like prison.
Bro, I'm not about it.
Well, it's
These are
fine.
private showers.
It's fine if it fits y'all agenda and all that stuff. But y'all gotta come on now. These are boundaries.
I saw fan art. I already saw
That
fan
are
art.
these are boundaries. As much as y'all want it, this Wolverine is not gay, at least so far. He might be in the future. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you got your respect as a straight man until he comes out. That's all I'm saying.
No, he is bi until proven otherwise in my eyes. But
What
I
if
was
he
like,
just-
I was watching that scene and I was like, Morph, are you trying to tell me something? It's
I feel like
okay.
Morph is
No,
definitely.
well, to be fair, he's been trying to tell you something. That man turned to pregnant Jean and tried to mess with him earlier, like the
And
other
also
episode.
Sabretooth. Also, I love the scene where Morph got to be Ilyana Rasputin, aka Magic/Dark Child. I was really happy about
I
that.
had a question about that. So, it's not just that he's that person. He's that person in the X outfit. Was Magic in the original show? I don't remember her.
She was, but she, Colossus was in the original show, and we did see Ileana. She was
Was she
much
in
younger,
the
though.
outfit?
No, he said was she hurt? Yeah,
She
was
wasn't
not
in
in her X-Men outfit.
No.
Okay, so why does he in X-Men? What is Morph?
because we don't care.
Guys,
We don't care.
Jake, you gotta remember, a full year had passed since the finale, so I guess you could, if you want to squeeze the fact that Ileana was briefly in the X-Men during that year gap, you could, I guess.
Okay.
But it still gets it's disingenuous. Yeah, you don't have to.
I don't know.
It's a fun little
I'm here for
little
the
Easter egg, but you can just kind of regular outfit.
Wait, so Magic had her powers in the show?
I don't know. I don't think she had her powers in the show. She was still on the young side, I recall.
Yeah, no, Jake. The last time we saw her, she was still just the little girl. She didn't get kidnapped yet, and then she got her powers of magic by training with that guy in Limbo. But we didn't see that yet. I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. So
that means throughout the year, at random points, she then came back, got kidnapped, to train, and then returned. And they're just like, we're gonna say that for all screen adventures.
that's my only problem with the because I get they're probably doing it because we're not gonna put it in the show, but just so you can see Magic on the X-Men team. But I feel like there should be some basis for it. I feel like you should just be like, I'm this girl now who I've never seen this.
I believe with Morph, they're just showing you. I think they're showing off kind of like the new designs for certain people. So when they show up later in the season or something, you won't be surprised.
Yeah. Which did you notice? Did you notice they did a nod to the non-binary stuff when he was transforming back? He had the feminine face. Basically.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, Morph does that all the time.
Yeah, this is the first time we saw it in this show, though. So I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. So
I like the throwback they showed where he briefly transformed back into what his insane version looked like when Sinister screwed his mind. You remember where he's green skin, purple eyes, and that stuff, showing the horrors of what Sinister can do to a person.
Oh, he was a fraud. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, speaking of frauds, I want to say this. I have this feeling that now that Magneto's an X-Man, he's gonna get like nerfed. He's gonna get the nerf update. He's gonna get the.
Of course, it. You saw the moment Storm started showing out. It showed that she could beat all these roles by herself. They had to take her powers away. I'm just saying.
By the way, I looked up a clip of Ileana in the original show. She is still a young child.
Okay.
Yep.
But she has grown since that flashback that Colossus was talking about with his weird ass Russian accent.
I'm pretty sure last time we see her, she's like 12 to 13.
Yeah. The very last.
That is a little bit of a plot hole. However, I will put it aside because this is like nothing too crazy.
It was a brief scene. They can just throw it into the time skip. We can move on.
I'll say this, right? Like when we saw Ileana, I think it was like season 2. I'm pretty sure some time did pass by the time we got to the finale of season 5. I mean, Jubilee.
No, a lot of times fast. The problem is we didn't see it, so it still just comes up. Darn, he could have put any music there. He could have had her a regular outfit and like something she'll wear. They specifically showed X-Men.
Yeah. But
unless he made that choice himself, and she still hasn't worn an outfit before, we don't know. Can you do that?
I don't know. I'm hoping for an Alpha Flight cameo from Morph. Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, turn the North Star. I think that'd actually be kind of funny.
You know which Morph has transformed into Sasquatch previously, so yeah, that's your Alpha Flight representation.
Please send the clip, or at least the episode where that happens.
We do have to talk about the dumbest scene in the episode, and maybe the
wait. Before you do that, I just want to know. Cyclops, it's okay. I think everyone would have folded to Madeline.
Would have folded to what? To who?
Madeline.
She had. We also.
I was just saying, she looks exactly like your wife. She acts exactly like your wife. I would feel.
Yeah.
We all saw the scene of her having a freaking magical girl transformation to the Goblin Queen. Her whole, ever since when she became the Goblin Queen, before she snapped out of Sinister's BS, it was like, shit.
Shit. I hated it. I hated it. Because she has no real reason to call herself a Goblin Queen. It's the dumbest shit I've seen.
Y'all took my spotlight.
We don't know what you talking. You said the dumbest scene. You didn't tell us beforehand. We don't know. I don't know if my dumbest scene is the same dumbest scene as you.
I set up next time. That's all I asked.
Well, to be fair, they also did the same thing when she said randomly, "I'm going to be called Madeline Pryor." I'm like,
I was going to bring that up.
No. To be fair, they're just picking the name. They're not the same as specifically like Goblin Queen. That's meant to her aesthetic.
To be fair, Madeline Pryor is not a common name. That's a name you're like, where'd you get that?
No. Madeline, if I remember, was a name already set up by something like the previous seasons.
What about
Pryor? It's a name that Jeans know. I can tell you that much.
Oh, even Pryor? That was part of it?
I don't know about Pryor.
Guys, these past 2 weeks, I've been rewatching a lot of the old X-Men episodes, and I don't recall hearing any mention of Madeline Pryor or Jean. So
no, okay, it wasn't the full name Madeline Pryor. Just saying Jean knew the word Madeline. That's all I'm saying. Also, are we gonna cover the X-Men tie-in book?
Which one?
There's a tie-in book to the show coming out now.
Oh.
I read the first issue. It was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Do you think it's worth covering like next week and stuff like that when the episodes come out?
I could talk about it next week if you want me to.
We could.
If we still had
if you feel like it adds anything to the show, then yeah, we can cover it next week.
It sets up for the first episode, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we probably talk about it next week.
I have the Russ Dodderman variant cover, so it's a good cover.
Yeah, wait. So going back to what Jake was saying and everything, he was like this point of view. She rarely starts transforming. She says Goblin Queen. Now, if you asked her why Goblin Queen, what answer could she possibly give? You know what I mean? It's a hell aesthetic. Like, no, you're not. These are demons. Back when we're doing Limbo and stuff, they're not goblins.
It's like when
you're not even related to that situation.
It's like when Harry Osborn called himself Venom and Insomniac, but it's like, why would you call yourself that?
Yeah. Well, at least then, like the aliens clearly has a mind of his own at some point. They don't want to act like it, but he does. But it's like Here, like, there's no logical leap for that. At least with your name, you just put two words together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But here, this is your identity now. This is like you're gonna be thinking people call you by not Madeline, not Pryor. When people see you doing evil stuff, like it's the Goblin Queen, and they're gonna think you're fucking the Green Goblin.
It's true. But I will say, we had some good. There was a great shot of when the X-Men are falling to the pits of hell. I did like that. I do like that frame. I wish we could bring it up, but there's like a really good frame there, where you see Wolverine's eyes widened. I thought that was like it looked really good.
Dude, how is that one scene in this episode better at conveying horror than all of the New Mutants movies that came out?
That's true. That's fair.
It's better than all of What If too, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say I have a nitpick. It's a small nitpick. We're talking about this being a continuation. I want to bring it up. Now y'all can hate me for it, but like Magneto bleeding. I was like, that was a blood of the original.
That scene where he
I was-
was on the ground, just like with
I
his
liked it.
outfit torn and everything. That was so hot.
I think
Can you stop sipping over this Holocaust survivor?
It's not my fault they made him hot.
that's true.
No, wait. I get that. It's not your fault. I hate them for it too. Cause they need to stop.
The same thing with other characters, man, but they don't do it the same way. It's
I
not
don't
my
know.
fault that they had him in a very specific position with his clothes torn in those very specific spots. Let me live my truth, Austin. Let me live my truth.
No.
Yes.
I don't care that the artist has a crush on Magneto. Okay, we got to stop. This is improper.
I'm not gonna stop simping over fictional characters. Let me live my truth, man. I'm not hurting anyone.
Jake, do something.
What? I was talking about blood. I don't know about blood in this particular show. That's a nitpick.
I do. I think it's funny. 'Cause I just think it means people are trying harder now to kill them. I thought it was hilarious. I'm not gonna hold you.
Because you've been rewatching the old show. You remember that scene where the Sentinels come in and just jump Magneto and damn near kill him, and he started bleeding at that. And if I remember correctly, there was no blood.
We had a full-on blood transfusion in the original show, so come on, we have some blood content.
That's different. I'm talking about like the bleeding from battle. That's what I'm saying. Like they've been through the ringer. So I don't know, just a nitpick, but hey, it is what it is. It's here.
I just think people are trying harder. I just think it's hilarious to think they're like, you know what, maybe we should actually try to kill them this time. Like, no joke. We should take them a little bit more seriously and get this stuff done.
One of my favorite scenes in the episode was when Jean was talking to Madeline in like the astral plane. I love that scene. And
They
she,
portrayed it
reassured
really
Madeline
good.
That her being a mother to Nathan, that's like 100% her. That's none of Jean. And I was like, oh my god, I love that. I love it when they be sisters.
Yeah.
I'm iffy on it. I like that scene, but we just know later in comics they always retcon it or don't care enough that she's not Cable's mom. And they all just act like she is. Because that's what they did, even when they brought back young Cable, they refused to let young Cable talk to Madeline, and they act like Jean was his parent.
Oh.
When he came back in time.
Wow.
But
So it was like, it was a nice moment here, and I hope they stick by it. But if they're still going by comics, I'm just saying, maybe we make a call. They like, fuck that shit. I'm just saying.
we also got Wolverine and Jean maybe doing stuff together again. You know?
Oh my god.
They need to stop. That wasn't canon to the show, and that wasn't canon before this in the show. They need to stop.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
You know what? He can have Jean if they full on just move Scott to Madeline. I'll let it fly.
it's true.
But if you're not going to actually have them move on, and if you just leave them fighting over the same woman again, no one wants to read that.
Listen, this is the soap opera.
It ruined comics for them. like straight up. It ruined X-Men comics. When anytime Scott and Wolverine's in there, they're always fighting for no reason.
And that's why people like X-Men Evolution more, because they acknowledge Wolverine is old for her. Also, she's a teenager.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at least like a Wolverine and X-Men is like, well, they're trying to move Scott. They're like, he's not even in that relationship, I think. There's more about Scott, Emma, and Jean in that show.
Yeah. Well, they clearly had some Cole had some argument about Jean in the past, but it's like it doesn't matter anymore. So
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's like yeah. Y'all, look, I get y'all want these old men to still look attractive for some reason, but you can't keep acknowledging that they're old as hell and then be like, let them date these people they knew since they were teenagers.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
The Magneto stuff, I'll let slide with Rogue. Rogue was adult by that point when they met, but it's still like you're dating your partner's daughter behind her back and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's also point this out. A lot of people in the X-Men look at Charles as their father figure, right? And Charles and Magneto are kind of like on the same standards. So, damn, the fact that anybody's having the hots for Magneto, it's like, damn, you know?
But yeah, I want to talk about dude. Cause I had to talk about people this on TikTok because people don't realize when Xavier first started X-Men, he was only 20 something, and the other kids were 15, like teenagers. So the age gap was only like 5 to 6 years at first. But then Art was like, this man's bald and he's in a wheelchair. He has to be old, and they made him old. He was always old. Okay, so originally when they were thinking about this Charles Jean thing potentially, and while it was still bad and creepy, it wasn't as creepy they're making it nowadays when people talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's also like X-Men always had a history of improper age couples for some reason. From Kitty to Colossus to Husk and Angel. Husk was 16, Angel was like 25. And I want you to know he had sex with her in the midair in front of her parents, and they let that slide.
I have so much beef with the Kitty Colossus ship. I'm not getting into that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty Colossus is the worst one because you meet Kitty 13, and I'm pretty sure by the time they started dating, she was 16.
It is awful, John.
But it's like you see this relationship develop in a weird, gross way.
I'm not saying it's justified, but the idea of the soap opera is to play on like the drama. So forbidden romance between the old and the young, like that.
No. The soap opera is fine, but they don't use that for the soap opera. The age difference never come into factor when it comes to these soap operas. It's, you broke up with your boyfriend, or your boyfriend cheated on you. It's never about the age difference.
I don't think it's
they don't never care.
I don't think it's like no. I don't mean like they have to bring it up. It's just that you as the audience see this older man and the younger girl, and it's like, oh, they're forbidden and everything. I think that's the idea of it. Not that they have to bring it up because it'll be really awkward to talk about it. But like,
no. I just mean if Xavier's running this school, I feel like he can say something to somebody.
Right, he should, but
somebody has to say something.
Somebody has to make a stand.
At least let Scott be that guy.
Sure.
Hey, what the fuck? That girl is 13. You take your ass off the team. I don't want you here. That's creepy. We here the heroes. You're trying to date underage girls. Sure. People got arrested for less now. They get canceled for less. You can imagine being a mutant and then getting canceled in modern day times?
I guess we got to open the Discord logs for.
We can't be talking. You can't be sliding in modern day.
Austin, I did a live stream yesterday, and me and my homie JT, we were talking about this, and one of my former mutuals was trying to justify this pairing, and I'm like, no, get out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kitty to justify creepy relationships, okay, dude.
Kitty and the Colossus was so bad that's the only X-Men, that's the only wedding in superheroes that people like. I'm so glad this didn't happen.
Dude, I'm so glad because if they would have gotten married, they would have shared an anniversary with North Star and Kyle, and I could not have that on my soul.
What are you guys talking about? There was a huge backlash to Kitty and Colossus not getting married. I don't know when that happened.
It was no. It was. I saw the backlash. It wasn't more. It wasn't really about them not getting married. It's more that every comic keeps setting up marriages that don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got Rogue and Gambit, so I'm not.
And then we got Rogue and Gambit, actual good pairing and good book out of that book. To be fair, it ain't Batman and Catwoman, all right.
But I will say, I think my final thoughts of the episode is that I liked it. It's not as much as the first two. I thought the first two were a lot better to me. I like them. Come on.
That one was more streamlined. It didn't really have time to like sink in anything. It was more like back to back. Gene, oh, you're not Gene. You're Gene. Oh, actually, you're a clone by Sinister. Oh, actually, we're gonna go fight Sinister. Oh, actually, you gotta fight the X-Men because I'm controlling you. Oh, yeah, we gotta go save the baby. Oh, now the baby has a thing on him. Oh my god, like it was going from thing to thing to thing so fast. Yeah. I enjoyed it, but I can see why it not being your favorite. To be honest, the pacing was everywhere.
Gotcha.
I did love the animation though. I think the animation keeps getting better and better, even like with casual stuff.
And the only guy
it's getting time. It's giving enough time to breathe the animation. You know.
No, I think from my memory, I think like so Cable at the end of the episode, he's like, Scott has to. You have to send this baby to the future because I know a guy who can make the technology, but I don't know him here, so we got to go back in the future to get it.
And it's weird because I don't know why he's lying about that.
Yeah, because he knows the guy that they're looking for is actually from this time period and Storm just.
Yeah, it's Forge, right?
Yep, Forge. Yep.
Yeah. So
it's like, I don't. It makes a little less sense in this time period than the comic, but whatever.
Maybe
In conclusion,
maybe Forge of the present doesn't know how to cure Cable, but the Forge of the future does. You know,
his power that he can make anything regardless.
No, Cable's no, that's not Forge power. Forge power is just basically he's smart. If you want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
and has a cool leg. They should have introduced him in the show wearing Daisy Dukes like they do in the comics. That would have been great.
Yeah, they should have did it. That would have been funny. That would actually been appreciated.
I guess
should have done that, and I think that they're gonna try to pair up Storm and Forge together like they did in the comics. But
people usually hate that pairing, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really.
I guess if I was to
at least they're both adults.
Yeah.
If I was to defend the decision, it wouldn't have mattered because they need to get this baby in some type of containment soon because he's gonna die. So I guess looking for Forge, explaining the whole thing, also some of it too long. So I guess Cable
was take long regardless, unless he because think from the point of view, Cable had to go back to the future and then go to where Forge is regardless.
Well, I
hope that Forge already has the containment filled up. Okay.
But as opposed to in this time period, Jean has to look for him, Cerebro. They go over to him. They explain, "Hey, we're the X-Men. By the way, my baby's dying. Can you join us?"
Well, we're not explaining that. Oh, you know, Storm. Storm will save our baby. Okay, let me tell you that. Storm will save our baby.
Storm will save my baby. Storm would accept me.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I get it's necessary, but it's like, go ahead, Witch.
No. Finish what you were gonna say because I want to do the conclusion.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say one more thing after we're gonna end it.
Go ahead.
I get it because we gotta get Cable to the future, but it's like I love you being consistent with comics, but it's like I do see where people sticking too much to the comics and sometimes you get a problem for people. It's not really a problem, but I do hope one day we have these other stories told. So we never really had these stories before, these same situations, where Cable's raised in the modern day, or Jean's actually his parent and getting to raise her kid. And it's so as much as I love it, I've also seen the other side that people used to complain about subverting and all this other stuff. But whatever. I do want to point out, so people keep asking this on TikTok, Bishop's future is the original future, where it's X-Men rise up and then they get wiped out by Sentinels. And then him coming back in time and basically stopping that by being here is what created Cable's future. Okay? They're not from the same future at different points. That's how that works. All right, go with you.
Okay, in conclusion, Madeline served cunt and she'll always serve cunt. Put Sinister on a list. All of the lists. Kitty and Colossus's relationship was gross as fuck. Great episode. I would love to see more of Morph and Logan. Thank you and good night.
If Scott don't want Madeline, I'll take Madeline.
You can take Madeline as the Goblin Queen.
Just want to say to the audience, for the section of the audience that was worried about certain women's proportions being censored or whatever for the show. Hey, we get a lot of screenshot worthy moments of Madeline. Just saying.
I do.
What he said, it's just saying.
I do like this fit a lot. It is the Goblin Queen outfit, but I not a little bit more conservative, but that's kind of what I'm saying. But it's not in a bad way.
It's because they're trying to make it look like the Jean Grey Hellfire suit a little bit too, with the top part.
But they also
kind of mix of both.
Toys, so they gotta keep that.
Yeah.
This episode really said y'all were crying on Twitter for nothing, bro.
No, to be fair, they were. We showed them with the road thing. Sometimes you have to ask, sometimes you don't. It just depends on who's the artist that time, who's doing what scene. It's how it
Yeah.
always was and
I'm
stuff.
just like,
It's
all
never
these
been
people,
like super consistent.
all these
They're
people are like, man, the Disney agenda, they don't want to sexualize women, bro. This episode, bro.
Hey,
I
she
love
little
it.
doesn't
I can't
count.
wait to see what happens next.
No, Jake. Y'all don't understand. This is a statement. She's a clone. She don't have rights.
Oh, right.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we spent way too much time on this. You guys have any time back before we move on?
We had told you. Yeah. No, we can go.
Okay. All right, guys. Anybody want to do the next one, or I'll do this?
I hear. Listen, the Joker season 1 Suicide Squad came out. The Joker goes global with Joker, the world. Look.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. So apparently, we're going to get different nationalities of Jokers from around the world.
All right. Well,
Yeah, they're doing this because the Suicide Squad game just introduced the new random man Joker. So like, oh, that'd be actually a good idea to do in comics, like just everywhere. New
Oh, wow.
Jokers popping up all over. Yeah,
I thought this was
it's kind of like a synergy thing.
Yeah, I thought this was in response to that whole Batman Inc. stuff. You know, the one where you see like Batmans of all different versions of Batman all around the world. You know,
It's kind of, but the writer was saying he's kind of it's kind of like a synergy thing. Oh, you see, it's a new Joker here. Now you see there's new Jokers everywhere. It's a whole thing. You like that Joker? Yeah, well, whatever, man.
My only
Joker's the last person that need to be worldwide.
Yep. My only request for this, I want to see my Mexican Joker. South Park set it up. I want to see.
That's the main one they probably won't do for that specific reason.
Come on,
Joker's they won't call him Mexican Joker. They'll call him something else. They'll call him like a Brazil Joker or something.
Joker's a fan favorite down south. I mean, if you guys ever watch that wrestler, was it Pentagon Jr.? He likes his costume is based on Joker, you know. So, yeah. So that I don't know if I'm going to read this. I mean, if it has a good variant cover and if I hear some good feedback on this, I'll pick it up. I mean, it was the same thing with Batman Off-World, right? I didn't have any interest in it, but then having heard some reviews from reviewers I trust, you know, giving it positive feedback, I decided, hey, I'll pick it up. And wouldn't you know it, it became one of my best books in my pull list, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you guys expecting of Joker, of a new Joker?
I don't know. Joker stuff.
I'm betting half of them be failures. In a sense of like, they're gonna beat people. Oh, I'm inspired by the Joker. I'm just gonna go out and get a gun. And I'm gonna shoot people. I'm gonna try to rob banks. Something. He's gonna get shot up and beat up by like every random superhero. I think most people gonna be unsuccessful doing their job.
Is there not one nationality Joker that you kind of want to see?
Not really. I don't know enough about other nationalities to know if mixing them with Joker would be a cool thing. To be honest, I think Joker would just be funny looking. Somalian Joker. Give me pirate Somalian Joker, bro.
Oh, you could do that, man. I mean, there you go. You know, it writes itself. Which do you have any version of Joker nationality wise you want to see?
I really don't care.
Okay.
I think you need to stop asking which stuff, bro. Okay, which don't care.
I don't care. No, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna like give you any shit. I don't care. I don't even know what's even happening with this topic, but
all right.
Look up something else.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about Joker being expanded global wise, but that's not interesting enough. We can move on to the next topic, guys. All right. Which do you find the next topic interesting? Because you're going to announce it.
I mean, a little bit, but I don't know too much about what's going to happen in it. But apparently, Rachel Summers and Betsy Bradock is getting a book. But the funny thing about that is, just recently, Charles Xavier killed Rachel to bring her to the White Hot Room to, like, help mutant kind or whatever the fuck. So, you know, then I already knew that she wasn't going to be, like, permanently dead. But, like, yeah. I don't know.
It's just for us to be moving out of the Immortal X-Men time period.
If this is the Teenie Howard book, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I was gonna say for us to be moving out the Immortal X-Men time period, it's funny to see immediate revival.
Who's writing this book? Cryptid.
Oh damn, I forgot. I should have brought this notes, but
I'm gonna look this up.
go
Let
ahead,
me go
look
to
it
Hot
up.
Topics real quick.
But yeah, in terms of this book justifying his existence, I feel like this is going to be like a sad hope every relaunch of the X-Men from here on out. You're going to have at least one book that's from the LGBT community, you know? They
Yeah,
did
I
a
would
vice.
love a North Star book, but we don't get shit in this house.
I mean, hey, when it came to the last era of Krakoa, they gave you a Iceman book. You
I
know?
didn't read the Iceman book.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people did read Iceman because that's all the book felt
I
like for some
only read
people. My
Alpha's
understanding.
Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Iceman. Who knows?
In terms of
Hey,
like,
where is this article?
in terms of Betsy and what's her name? Damn, I'm blanking on the other name. What's the other chick's name?
Rachel Summers.
Rachel and Betsy.
So, yeah, that's who.
You forgot Rachel Summers?
I'm not a
How
big.
dare you?
I'm not
This
a
is
big
Scott
Rachel.
Summers and Jean Grey's child.
Hey, I'm not
Who's writing this book?
Okay, what can I say? Well,
I'll see if I can find it at this point. Then.
Ascani, that's her new name. I forgot.
oh, no one's going to remember that name.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
actually might read this
Wait,
book.
wait. What? Who name is who?
Rachel Summers.
Rachel Summers goes by Ascani right now because
This is like the 7th name change I've seen since I've known this lady.
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, I think I
Was he
might actually
Pestilence
read this
Lancer?
book. I'm reading a Screen Rant article. I know like Screen Rant isn't the most like book like
I'm not gonna
site,
lie
but
about this at least.
if they're fighting Morgan Le Fay, you know what this means? We're finally gonna get a conclusion to that fucking arc in X Factor that we never got fully finished.
Okay, so it's still
Who's
continuing
writing this
on,
book?
Twitch. All right.
Are you sure?
Which all
I'm just saying, don't put all your faith into it till you know for sure. Because all we know.
I'm trying to read this article.
Yeah.
I said I might pick up this book if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Who's writing this book? It's not telling me who's writing the book.
Maybe it's one of the cases where they announce the book without even telling who's going to be writing it. They've done that before in the past. From the Ashes, I think is what the book's going to be called.
Yeah, that's what.
No,
I'm
that makes
seeing
sense.
here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But yeah, guys. Any more thoughts on this before we move on?
Not on
No.
this. Apparently, that new Ghostbusters movie has a tie-in game.
Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah, probably not. But didn't know that.
Gotcha. You know what else
You
is
gonna buy
not
it?
good? You know what else is not good, Jake?
You need to know, okay?
What's up?
The next topic we're talking about. Okay. I got this one. Black Cat gets a new love interest, and this came out like in this past week's issue 1 of Jackpot and Black Cats. So yeah, her new love interest is a girl by the name of Amelia, and I swear to God, when I first saw them, I was like, maybe it's because of the glasses, the hair, and the skin tone. So I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, this looks like a female Paul.
Hang on. Black Cat. How do I spell it?
Amelia. Oh wait, you can. The issue itself is titled Jackpot and Black Cats, #1.
Black Cat and Jack.
Bro, you'll stop typing so loud.
#1. Listen, that's how you type in the movies.
Okay, but anyway, Amelia, not really like digging too much about this girl right now. Like, there's one point where Mary Jane pops up on those two, right? And I kind of like the subtle diss at Peter Parker in here because Mary Jane is looking at at Felicia, and she's saying, it's been a while since I've seen you happy with someone. This is love. Wow, way to diss Felicia and Peter, Mary Jane. Wow.
Get away from my man. I don't want him to be happy. I want myself to be happy.
But yeah, as far as Amelia's character goes, I think she's just there really just to be the damsel because her whole plot in this book is Black Cat. She's being blackmailed by this one app that if Black Cat doesn't do what she says, what the app says, they will kill Amelia. Now I'm just a little curious. I want to know how the rules of this. Is it considered a woman in a refrigerator if the motivation is given to a woman in this case?
Yes, as long as it's still a woman, as long as there's still a woman being used, it's a woman refrigerator.
There's not a woman in their refrigerator until she dies for the sake of the plot. So she's just a damsel.
I guess. Okay, I just want to know the rules on that. Let's see. She did make this like one offhanded comment like, Felicia, you look tired. I'll cook us up some steaks. But man, I don't know if I should cook up these steaks because otherwise I'll be supporting factories slaughtering millions of cows and this and that.
You already bought the steaks.
I know, right? I'm just like, come on. You buying
that's the quality of writing you're getting so far down. I'm not reading that book, bro. If that's just the start, that's not a good sign.
Look, Austin, I try giving the status of this era of Spider-Man a lot of benefit of the doubt, even with the jackpot situation of Mary Jane.
The only book they're trying is Miles.
Gotcha. No, this book I did not like. Like you have.
I think you would.
I was like a little disappointed, and I remember reading some offhanded comment in the comment section, right, saying, "Well, this book might still sell because of the covers." I gotta be honest, like her costume.
That was what Wisdom kept saying.
Yeah, but in this case, this is Mary Jane in her jackpot outfit in front line of the cover, and that's an eyesore. As a matter of fact, when I went to my comic book shop, I'm like, let me see. Oh, luckily there was this one variant of just Black Cat that I decided to pick up. So, okay. I didn't have to see the Mary Jane costume.
Maybe because writers don't want to see that based on how they've been writing Mary Jane, like her being a hero and all that other stuff comes off very hypocritical.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude. This book...
Why is her body so wide in this cover? I'm looking at the right cover, the one that came out March 27th, 2024. Mary Jane's upper body is so fucking wide.
Yeah, the artist tried to make her chest wide.
Oh, it's just like unnaturally wide to me. I'm looking at Mary Jane's body, like it just looks wide. Like I don't know how to explain it. It just looks wide.
That's just the way the artist decided to draw it.
Yeah,
I have the Black Cat variant in front of me, so I don't know what the main cover would look like.
Yeah.
The main cover is that like they stretched out her chest for some reason, like the sideways, not like forward.
Yeah,
it looks dumb.
Yeah, Black Cat looks. I have no problem with her. It's just
Nobody has a problem with how Black Cat dresses. It's Mary Jane that everybody has an issue with.
Because people already don't like the idea. No, it's not even about slutty. It's just like people don't like the idea of Jackpot already. Mary Jane becoming Jackpot already comes off hypocritical. How much he got on Peter, even when he wasn't being about it.
Oh, Austin,
and
Austin, you want to talk about
doing the same thing? Everything Peter did to you, you're doing to Paul.
It's funny. It's funny you should bring that up because when you remember when I said like Black Cat being blackmailed by this app, otherwise they'll kill a girlfriend. Well, by the end of this issue, now that app has contacted Mary Jane, and if Mary Jane doesn't do what the app says, they will kill Paul.
They know people don't care, right? Like
I know. Nobody cares about Amelia either. So, who are you really rooting for in this book?
Yeah, it's like you randomly gave Black Cat another girlfriend instead of just using her established one. Just for the sake because it put her in danger. It's like okay.
I mean, fuck. I would
Amelia.
I mean, fuck. I would rather Black Cat hook up with her old girlfriend from the Iron Cat series. Like at least
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Odyssey, I believe.
Yep, her or and go back to dating Buttrock. I mean, those two had a really good relationship.
Hey, they didn't date, okay?
Hey, they had sex. They had sex on the first date.
Yeah, they're not dating.
They had a first date, all right? And they really liked each other's company, okay? And they were both. Oh,
Want
go
to be
ahead.
Jack?
What?
What's the motivation to be a superhero?
Being a hypocrite.
She has powers. Oh, and
That's
this
it.
is kind of a little funny. Like in the beginning of this,
Everything she got mad at Peter for doing or complained to Peter about, she's doing and saying.
dude.
So
Oh,
we
dude.
think the whole point was to be her realizing to be, to let some shit go. But it's like we were going for like what 2 years, 3 years now.
Yep.
Her motivation that she's a good person, so she has power. She wants to help people.
I think we're all in agreement that this status quo with Mary Jane isn't really doing it. I felt like there was premise with the whole slot machine powers, but by the way, guys, there's really no limit to her slot machine powers anymore because of that gadget Paul invented for her. Like she could change her powers at any given moment. Oh, this is
They're
not
better
power.
than Ben Chan's watch, Jake.
Yes, but more dumbed down because, like, okay, I got the power to make shields. Okay, that's not what I want. Flip again, flip again, flip again, flip again. Okay, this is the power I want. You know?
I think I had this talk with somebody when I was arguing about Miles having all these like power enhancements. It's like my problem is giving people powers with like these that the writers eventually are just gonna stop losing the limits because they want to just try shit randomly.
That's what I said. I was like, for giving Miles Super Saiyan recently and all this sword and other stuff, it's probably not going to mean anything past his arc. Because either the next writer will be like, oh, well, I want to fight an even bigger threat, and he's going to get way past that because that's what they keep doing.
Right.
Or he's going to be fighting scrubs again on the street, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just want to put out that too. I just want to remind you, like last time I brought up how I did like the sword, someone was like, "Well, it's only going to be just the sword," and now within the same year, he has Super Saiyan.
No, that's what I said. If you on Twitter right now, I was talking about it the other day. They're like, if you don't like Miles, you don't like anime. It's like, okay, Miles isn't anime. This is a comic book. Like, I don't. Okay, now let's not get into Miles. Okay?
Yeah, I think, but basically the gist of what I was saying is that comic books, unlike I noticed with TV shows, it just has one writer. So basically, things just are limited to like the lead writer. Like in comic books, it seems like limits on characters don't last that long, unless if they're hardcore built in, and then maybe they'll last a little bit longer. So like, I guess this to say like, when Mary Jane's powers is like I could do anything based off this lottery slot, you could already tell like eventually they were just gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
I just want to say beforehand, like, her powers, she would be stuck with those powers for a given amount of time, but here now she could change them at will. There really is
No, that's literally Ben 10. Ben 10 used to be stuck until the timer goes out, and then he learned master control and gets switch powers at will.
Oh, and also keep in mind, we still have that dangling plot that if she rolls 3 skulls, something bad's going to happen, but because of this new contraption Paul made for her, yeah, that's not going to happen.
He even did. The worst thing going to happen when Paul dies, some random person dies, it's not going to be her Black Cat. People don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The kids aren't real. They weren't here. So it's like, that was the only other like potential thing people might care about.
Or the power. She gets the 3 skulls, she loses the powers. And everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, thank God. Now you know how Peter feels. You can apologize. Y'all can be friends at the very least.
I want to see that now.
Haven't they been talking a bit recently? I thought they've been talking to something.
No. They just randomly showed up to him like, oh, well, you remember that whole Gang Island thing? My aunt got put in the Arkham Asylum. Go say something to her. And that was it.
Oh, man. Well, we still got
he hasn't talked to her or Black Cat.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, with that, I think we spoke enough about this topic. I'm sure there's one person out there that's
Amelia.
I'm sure
looks like what female Peter Parker would look like.
Oh,
God. I think that's the whole thing. Like, Dirt Peter, if Dirt Peter was a girl, this is what Peter would look like.
That is so ironic since Felicia loved Spiderman and didn't like Peter at first.
That's what I always hated about Black Cat thing.
Yeah.
Because they set up her standard, like, the moment you meet her character. And it's like every random person she dates after that is just like, oh, well, so no standard difference.
I guess not. But, all right. I think we've spoken enough about this topic, guys. Unless you guys have final thoughts?
Yeah. No, we got 1 hour left. Let's start these books. Okay?
Okay. All
Go
right,
ahead,
guys.
yeah, at least pass my book scripted.
Gotcha. All right,
Yeah,
guys. With that, let's go on to the comic reviews of the night, and I'm starting us off with something superior. The Superior Spider-Man #4. Okay, so bottom line is Doc Ock and Peter both decided to get their shit together, so they're going to team up to go save Anna Maria from Supernova. You know, the superpowered chick that Otto screwed over and wants vengeance against Spider-Man. Okay, Peter's going after her in the Superior Spider-Man costume, and we see like Supernova, right? Anna Maria had recently just escaped, and Supernova's desperately looking for her because she needs her hostage to get Spider-Man, right? And that's when you find that Anna Maria is just crawling through the vents, and Anna Maria, she knows what she's doing. She's taunting Supernova, saying, okay, you found me, but what are you going to do? Come in here. You want to come in here in this tight area, squeezed in? And Supernova's like, you son of a... Because keep in mind, Supernova now has PTSD over enclosed spaces now, you know?
What would stop her from just shooting her power into the vent?
She doesn't want to kill Anna Maria.
Who cares at this point? She's literally telling you your worst thing ever. Kill that lady. You're a villain.
She doesn't want to see herself as a villain, all right? She just wants vengeance against a person she sees as a villain, which is Spider-Man, you know? So, okay, and there comes this one good moment where, when Anna Maria is trying to escape, she ends up about to fall from a really high point, right? She ends up losing her shoe, trying to hold herself together, and she's like saying, "Oh man, Die Hard has lied to me. Supernova, please, I need your help. Look, this isn't a trick. I'm literally about to die." And that's when Supernova musters up the courage to actually come in and actually save Anna Maria. You know, they actually have a good moment as they talk to each other. Anna Maria apologizing for feeling like she's responsible for putting her in this situation, and vice versa with Supernova. They get to laughing this and that.
And then
Wait, what?
Spider-Man comes in and starts beating her to death.
Beat the dog shit out of her.
Oh, funny you should mention that. Right as Anna Maria was about to tell Supernova about Otto Octavius, that's when Spider-Man shows up. Peter Parker. Peter in the Superior Spider-Man costume, and this is where Superman was like, "Oh, it's on now! I'm into this now, you son of a!" Right before they're about to fight, that's when we cut back to Spider-Boy.
God fucking damn it!
Why is he here? Why is he just here?
He's not even involved in this plot, bro. He's just here.
He doesn't even need to be here. He doesn't even go here.
Because remember, Spider-Man got during the last film, right? He got put in a hospital, this and that. And this is where we see, in his hospital room, the doctors are there, and Spider-Boy's missing. And they're like, "Oh my God, where is he? We can't have him. We can't risk having this young superhero go back in the hands of such a reckless superhero like Spider-Man." You know? And okay,
that's like going out his way to randomly throw this man in some plot.
Yeah, that's true. But I gotta say, we do get the shot of Bailey's back because remember, he only has one costume, right? And he got hit by Supernova. Dude, the whole backside of his costume was burnt. And you see Bailey's whole back is covered in bandages. I'm like,
Deserved. It's almost like you're a child.
Why
Stop
the
being a
hell is he
superhero
in
right now.
this fight then? He should take more time to recover.
Hey, he knows Spider-Man is going to need his help. He wants to save other people.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know that.
Spider-Man is going to have
to recover. He just got hit by this huge ass blast, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull up
well, he knows.
Damaged costume."
Yeah, I'm already hurt. Let me just go get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he know Miles is about to pull up, and Miles can go Super Saiyan.
Hey, I don't know. He's doing something in Brooklyn. All right. Okay, but anyway, Spider goes on his monologue saying, "Okay, somewhere out there, Spider-Man needs help, and Spider-Boy is going to bring it. Okay, that's when we cut back to the fight between Spider-Man and Supernova. It's a bit of a doozy of a fight, but that's when Peter reveals his ace in the hole, right? That little element that they recovered in the last issue, yeah, Otto converted it to like gauntlets. This is like an even more powerful version of Trinium, right? So with these, Peter is actually able to punch Supernova and not get harmed. And Supernova's like saying, wait, that's, you hit me? Wait, that's Quatranium. You're fighting me with a miniature atomic fusion reactor. Are you insane? You could blow up this whole with that. And so
you're the power of a fucking supernova, lady. I'm a guy in a spider suit.
I'm bringing what I can, woman. All right. I'm accessorizing here, okay? Okay, but while the fight's continuing, that's when you have Otto on another side of the park, right, setting up his little trap for Supernova, his little octopod, if you would call it like that, right? And while this is going
gross,
on,
bro.
hey,
I
don't
hate
argue
the naming scheme. I hate the naming scheme, man.
It was marketing strategy, man. You gotta put your name in your product, all right? But anyway,
That's Batman shaking hands.
Yep. But anyway, that's when we come back to Spider-Man versus Supernova. Yeah, things are not looking for Spider-Man. Turns out Supernova is really getting the upper hand. So the upper hand to the point where Spider-Man is knocked out. It looks like Supernova is about to finally get her revenge. That's when Dr. Octopus comes in, saying, "Stand back, you whelp! How dare you think you will be the person to kill Spider-Man? That honor belongs to one person and one person alone. Spider-Man's greatest villain, Dr. Otto Octavius."
Oh, Otto.
He don't got to lie to himself, right? You're not the guy, bro. You're not the guy.
I don't want to embarrass you, but I don't think you're my. I think you're my top 5, not my top 1.
Hey, Otto is number 2, all right?
He's somewhere.
He's number 2. That's high, man. Come on. It's hard to lose. It's hard to top the villain that killed your girlfriend. All right.
He could have killed his aunt, but he keep trying to have sex with her. Apparently, okay. He could have been that. He could have been that guy.
Okay. But anyway, Supernova's like, "Wait, who are you?" And Otto's like, "Oh, don't you remember me? I'm the one who freed you from that cell that that the evil Spider-Man trapped you in. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you, miss." And then he grabs Peter Parker and literally throws them off halfway across the park. And she's like, "Go ahead, Jake."
Well, fuck you too.
And people wonder why people don't like reading Peter anymore. He can't do it with. Man, you look at Peter the last year and a half. Every fight he had, he pretty much lost, unless he had help.
Yeah.
He lost the Tombstone 1v1, was never besides how the Spectacular Spider-Man. And he just misses that day, and he's been terrible.
Hey, this is a different situation. You're fighting a literal sun here, Austin. Come on, cut him some slack.
He's fighting the sun with the spider, so he needs to be counterattacking, not jumping dead at her.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, after Otto does that, she's like saying, How dare you? Okay, I owe you this one because you did free me from that jail, but I better not see you when I got back." As she goes to go find Spider-Man, and then she finds Spider-Man, but that's when she steps into that little trap Otto has, a trap that encases her into a metal pod. And keep in mind, she still has that phobia of enclosed spaces, so she's now freaking out. She's now freaking out, having a mental breakdown. No, I can't do this. No, get me out, no. And then Peter's like, "Otto, we gotta free her." And Otto's like, "Are you mad, man? I finally have the power of the sun in the palm of my fingertips. She is going to be my everlasting generating source." And Peter's like, "No, that is not what we were agreed on. We were trying to do this to cure him." Okay, and then that's when they realize, "Oh, you don't. This is for the betterment of the world." That's it.
He has Doc Ock still chasing Iron Man's arc reactor from the like 60 years ago.
You don't get the fact that all.
It's been established that the Arc Reactor has the same amount of power. I'm just saying.
Another game on it, awesome. Okay, so
I'm just saying, bro. Stop just trying to make a movie reference. This dude's way beyond that by now.
so be it. So be it, Spider-Man. For the good of the world, you, Peter Benjamin Parker, must die.
Why are
Snitch?
you naming me?
Snitch? You're a snitch. Yo, I would have beaten this dude to the ground. This guy's a snitch.
Bitch.
You make it
Well,
talk. I don't know. Sad, bro.
I don't know if Supernova heard that because again she's fully encased in the
It
pod right now.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. From this point on, I can never trust you. You can go anywhere to random see my damn that damn Peter Benjamin Parker stopping me from robbing a
No,
bank
it's
yesterday.
Parkin
Like
now,
you?
according to Cryptid.
Is that you?
What?
Yeah, it is a Parker. You said Parking, bro.
You said Parkin.
Hey, come on! I'm allowed to slip up every now and then, all right?
No,
But anyway,
that's
Oh,
not the
yes.
problem.
Yeah, brother.
Okay. But anyway,
I'm just saying, I could never trust this man in my life.
okay, but anyway, the book ends with like the last shot being of Spider Boy who's entering Oscorp Labs because he's trying to find an object like that could that Peter has touched so his spider sense can activate and he can know where Peter is, and that's when he pops up in the old laboratory and he finds it was trashed, of course, and he sees all those spiders, those spiders that Otto was studying, that Otto and Peter were studying. The ones that were from that Spiders Man. Like the spiders were like.
Yeah.
Oh, are we getting Spider's Man back?
He's here.
No.
Well, his spiders are released, and the spiders are saying
The spider reformed the man.
Yep, the spiders are forming the words saying, "Watch where you're stepping," and Bailey's like, "Oh, hi there. Oh, okay. You're those talking spiders from the other dimension that think they're Peter Parker." Oh, it's okay. I can talk to spiders, so yeah, this works out great for us. Can you tell
Can we
me?
get this boy a jacket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. We don't think we're Spider-Man. We're Peter Parker. We are Peter Parker, sir.
Okay.
We are Peter Parker. Get your facts straight, kid.
We identify as Peter Benjamin Parker.
Yes. No, Parkin.
Okay, but you know what? Well, let's get about all right. That's when Bailey is like, we could work together, and also sorry I almost stepped on you. It won't happen again. And that's when the spiders form the words, "No, it won't. You dolt." Wait, dolt? As all the spiders come storming at Bailey, and they all start entering his costume, entering his mouth, his nose, his ears. We're like, what the heck is happening? And that's when it happens.
This feels violating.
That's when it turns out.
Violated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen,
this
I know
one
he's
was
like,
violated because Go ahead.
I'm just saying, as far as start calling my body at like 10 or 13, my first words are not gonna be "what the heck," me, "what the fuck." Like I'll be like, I'm just
And what do you mean that or something? I was trying to do something. I wouldn't be talking. I would have set the whole fucking room on fire. That's what it took. But I'll definitely be dead.
keep in mind, Bailey has that open tear in the back of his suit, so they were all going to crawl on him regardless, But that's when it turns out, I don't know when Otto did this, but apparently those spiders have the mind of Otto Octavius and not Peter Parker. And that's when we get it. That's when we get the introduction of the superior Spider-Boy.
I'm gonna kick off myself. Okay. Can I talk about my hot monster man?
Hey, go ahead.
I feel like all three of us here, I've been giving Bailey the most chances, but it's like Dan Slott wants me to hate him. It's like he's like trying.
Dude,
so
at this point, I just feel bad for this kid.
yeah, like how am I
feel
supposed to like
bad.
this character? They keep doing shit like this. I'm just saying.
Like,
Like,
let this kid
The
rest.
first thing he does is go out his way to.
He could have had anyone else.
The
As he
first
said,
thing he does is try to put this kid everywhere and piss people off. That's what you do. Any character they do, any time Marvel introduces a new character and then threw them everywhere, it only pisses people off and people not like that character. I don't know why
It's
they think you go out his way to do
either
this.
what Austin is saying, or it's the complete opposite, and they introduce a character that people are actually like, and they don't put him in anything.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's only in 2 books, guys. 2 books.
Yeah.
His
No,
book
no.
That's a lot of books.
He's only in 2 books, but it's 2 bi-weekly or weekly books. So he's always nearby. You just want to come enjoy Superior Spider-Man? Oh, here goes Bailey. But you got to remember, for our point of view, we are forced to hear it, even though we're not trying to read it, because you like the book.
Hey, it has a charm to it, right? And you guys want to see Bailey's powers meet their potential? And maybe Otto's the
No,
answer, you know? Maybe he'll explore the powers of talking to spiders. You never
Okay,
know.
Austin,
There's
you know
a
what I think would
world
have
for
been a good
I think
idea for this
what?
character? If he was only in this one book.
or he was just in his own
Yeah,
book.
Or in
I
his
think if
own book.
I
If
think
there's
if
only
the
one
both books
book.
were at the same time, I think it would have been okay. If his own, because when he's by himself in his own book, it's fine. But when you try to shove him with Spider-Man, and just keep reminding me, oh, actually, there's this whole secret history I won't actually talk to you about, or actually try to explain, or this mystery that we're not actually solving at all, or why people don't remember him.
Or like even in his
It just
own
makes
book,
him
when
look bad.
every time they try to force this whole thing, like, oh, people forgot about me. I was in the Marvel universe the whole time. Like, I don't want to hear that. Get out of here. Just be your character. Like, I don't. It feels like such a crutch.
I
It's
understand you're mad that you didn't make Miles, but you need to move on, bro.
Yeah, Brian Michael Bendis beat you to it. Anyways, can we move on, please?
Okay, guys, it makes you guys feel better. Okay, that's it for the book. We'll move on. Go ahead, Witch. Talk about something you like.
Yay! The second part to Adam Frankenstein's backstory in the ugly pedestrian life of Christopher Chaos, issue 8. Which, fun fact, is the 2024 GLAAD Media Award nominee. Just letting you know now. Any whoosies, we cut back to Adam going back to his typewriter because he's an old man, which I say as I sit at my friend's desk who also has a typewriter. And he was like, he's drinking his tea, he's typing his like memoir or whatever the fuck, you know. And so if you guys remember from the last issue, you know, he gets, and I wouldn't say he gets caught by Victor, but Victor pulls up into the room where his beloved was just absolutely murdered. No heart, just guts out. Why not? And Victor is pissed and
What Sabretooth there?
huh?
That might be the Sabretooth Wolverine.
No, I'm not talking about Wolverine. No, he has the
I was just
audacity.
saying. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh no, you should see his face. Anyways, so Victor in like a rage, cause like, come on, Victor, did you really think that Adam did this, bitch? He couldn't even speak at this point. You think he knew how to do this shit? Anyways, so Victor grabs like a dirty old shovel and just smacks him several times. You know, and it was like, what the hell? And like Adam's like, what the fuck, man? And so he's like, no, and punches Victor like really hard to the wall, and like he calms down a little bit and he's like, oh shit, no, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, he's like muttering his words because he doesn't know language just yet. He's working on it, you know. And so Victor just like goes over to his beloved and is like holding him, and he's like, what have I done in my madness, you know? And so like Adam does what he had to do and run, because, you know, Victor is telling him, he's like, curse you, serpent, be gone and never return, monster, you know. And Adam's just like running, and he's like, he doesn't know anything about the world. He only knew that house, barely. And it's like he runs into the forest, he's eating whatever he can, you know. He's like, oh, I yearn for like the food that my maker makes and all this other stuff, you know. And he learned about fire for the first time and he burned himself a little bit. He's like going through the forest trying to survive, right? And he makes it to a village. And you might be wondering, you might not actually, you might be wondering, oh, how are the people going to respond to this random, really tall, dead-looking guy
Yeah,
pulling up to their village who doesn't know how to speak English that well?
exactly.
You want to place your bets?
They try to kill him.
Torches
Yes,
and
and they throw
pitchforks.
rocks at him, and he gets hit in the head with one of the rocks. And he has to run back into the forest. He gets into the river. You know, he cleans himself off a tiny bit, and he just lays down in the field, you know? And guess what? Some little girl pokes him with a stick and be like, hey, are you dead? He smells it. I have a question. And he's like, I've seen 2 dead bodies before. Are you dead? You're not around here, are you? Like, you're not from around here. I love this little girl. She's funny. She's great. You know, she's like, I'm not afraid of you. You're just stinky. She says that verbatim. I love this little girl. And like when Adam stands up, she's like, "Oh my God, you're a real giant. Are you a Jotun from Jotunheim?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, Jotunheim reference." Ah. But it's great.
Do you approve?
Yes, I approve. I mean, Adam is pretty fucking tall compared to this little girl, so you know, let her have something. You know, let her have something good happen in her life. Anyways, you know, and she makes up like this little story being like, "Oh, great tragedy has befallen your cloud kingdom," you know, and stuff like that. You're like, she's like, "Oh yeah, I am the lone queen of these humble woods," you know. Like let me find you a home, you know, let me find your way home. You know, and she's like, "Can you help me find my cow? Like, can you help my cow, please?" And they find the cow. It's great. And basically,
I want a
picks
cow.
up I know, right? Basically, Adam like flips over the cow because the cow was like laying down on her back. It's great. And so the little girl takes Adam back to her house, you know, and like talks about like, "Oh yeah, it's just been me, my dad, and my grandpa because my mom died when I was born." Like she says that so cheerfully. You know what? Live your truth.
Mm.
You know.
Yep.
And so she tries to ask him for his name, and before he's able to like mutter it out, she's like, "Oh crap, it's my dad," and basically puts him in like a little shed right by the house, you know. Be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to stay here for a little bit, you know. I don't think my dad or my grandpa would like the fact that I brought this random man home." And guess what? He's able to say his name, which is Adam, by the way. And she's like, "Adam, thank you for helping my cow. You are not going to grind my bones for bread, are you?" He's like, "I don't think so." Anyways, you're safe in the hovel. Stay for as long as you need. Yeah. I'll see you later. Sorry if I was rude. Goodbye. And he's like sitting there, and he's sad because you know he's alone in this hovel, in this dark little hovel, but in a crack in like the wood or whatever. We get to see. Sorry that the pages don't want to fucking turn on me. Anyway, so he sees in the little crack in the wall, the little girl like hanging out with her dad and her grandpa, and it's all good and dandy, you know. And it's like he's like kind of happy to see all this at the same time, but he's also kind of sad because he wanted this life with Victor, but you know how Victor is. He's gay and insane, which pop off, I guess. Anywho, he was able to save one piece of paper from his home, you know. Like he found the transcribed words of his maker's beloved, right? Who is dead, you know. And he just like stays there. He stays there for a while, you know. He's like just chilling. He's kind of sad, but he had to like, you know, take the steps to not get murdered by Victor, you know. Anyway, so we cut back to Victor's house, and he's like, "I searched everywhere. I did. Look at the state of my lab and all this other stuff, you know." And he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, like, where has this monster gone, you know?" And he's like losing his shit, but you hear a voice from like off panel, and he's like, "Then what are we supposed to do?" And then the off panel voice was like, "We do what we've always done, Dr. Frankenstein. We hunt." And guess what? Do you remember those hunters from a couple issues ago? Well, they're here. Yeah. Well, they're here in different outfits. Old, like, gross. I don't know. Even though they wear all white. Yeah, I kind of dig these outfits. But I don't like how they're like fluorescent white though. That's like my only gripe. But anyways,
that's so kind of weird for a hunter.
Yeah, I was like, well, "You're not Moon Knight, bitch. You ain't sleep, Johannes, motherfucker." Anyways, so it ends off with Adam finishing up like his like diary entry for the night while his candle burns out, and yeah, and he's like, he assures the reader, because he's breaking the fourth wall here, I think, that it's just the beginning and that's where it ends. And so the next issue comes out on May 8th. Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah. Aww. I love Adam so much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I am a major simp and I am proud. So it's awesome with me with my life.
Yeah, I'm proud with this. Hey, this is different. Okay, I'm proud with this.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know what the fucking artist, every single artist that draws him, I don't know what crack they have in their fucking art supplies, but every time they draw him, it's just amazing.
Makes you want to draw a variant, doesn't it? Right?
Motherfucker, I have like almost all the Atom variants. Almost
Wow.
all. I'm missing one.
Wow.
Yeah, if you think which wasn't prepared, I don't tell you.
You think I went out of my way to get all the Alpha Flight variants. I will get all the Adam Frankenstein variants.
Awesome. Alrighty then.
Anyways, that's it. Go
that-
read this book because I said so.
Because I said so. We support which choices here. At least today.
All right.
I don't know which might say tomorrow.
I'm trying to look for the very specific variant covers.
With that, all right, Austin, the next book is yours, man.
A book we put off. I think we put off last week.
Yeah.
Cobra Commander number 3. It's so weird. You want to go, Jake? How you want to go, Jake?
No, he doesn't.
You want to pull out my eardrum, and then you want to do that?
Listen. If you were gonna actually say the Cobra salute, the Cobra call, like what are you doing? Obviously, you need help.
I was going to say it when he says it.
Well, he should say it. He's Cobra. That's his thing. It's like a Joe member not saying "Yo, Joe." What are we doing here?
They don't.
That's the problem. That's why I don't like this universe right now.
Oh. You have to build up for that moment, like
Yeah, Duke not in G.I. Joe right now.
What's the problem with this generation? We just used to say shit, bro. Why this generation gotta build
You
up?
know how stupid you know how stupid it looks got being in G.I. Joe screaming "Yo, Joe"?
Yeah, I would scream it. I would say it today. I would say it right now. Okay.
Anyway, we start with some random scientist man fighting a giant anaconda, looking like you've seen the movie Anaconda. It's that snake.
Yeah.
The first one, not the oversized ones later on. The first one with Ice Cube, I believe.
Yeah.
But as this guy falls into the water, he basically finds the giant snake. He falls into the water, and a crocodile grabs him and takes him down to the bottom. But as he goes down, the guy's body changes into Cobra Commander, and you find out he's having a vision, and it kind of looks like he's falling to an energon well, but it's all in his head right now.
Yeah.
What was that?
Sorry, remember when I said I had almost every Adam Frankenstein cover? Well, I just bought the one that I was missing, so we're good now, audience.
Yeah, audience, if everyone you don't buy at least one variant, you're a fraud. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Everyone go buy a variant cover of their Tuesday. Okay, continue. I'm
But,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we cut to the bar of the Dreadnoughts. They're the mercenary gang. I guess the only way I can really describe them. Their boss is just randomly shooting one of their members. I was like, this dude's terrible. This guy's terrible. He's like, the floor is yours, Serana. Serana was another red-haired female from the show at some point. Y'all got a long history, okay? If y'all don't know, y'all don't remember, it's okay. But she's talking about the juice. She want. We all seen what this glowing goo can do. They want the juice. Some people want to use it as some kind of fuel. Some people say it's powerful. Some people want to make machines out of it, or learn how to use it to make weapons. Obviously, she's talking about energon, and it's pink. I think it's pink for some reason. Jake, I want to show you this kind of guy, but it's like a cube of energon, but it's not the Allspark or anything. It's like a pink cube. Think like the cosmic cube.
Energons used to come in cubes. That's in the original cartoon. The pink energon could suggest dark energon, which
that's what I thought, but it's kind of early to put that in here.
I swear to God, when I saw that cube, I was thinking, like, is that their version of a cosmic cube? Like, like
it's an energon cube from the. I saw him in the phone game, but it's just weird to have it so early.
in the original 80s cartoon, when they made energon, the Decepticons usually will put them in cubes because that means they're processed and ready to be used for whatever. So it's like someone already mined them and made them into cubes. They don't come in cubes though.
This lady found a cube. That's all I can tell you, right?
Someone made it.
Anyway, as I was saying, th- while while Cobra Commander was in the ocean, in the water, in the lake, getting drunk through, crocodiles having visions about the energon at the bottom. So I guess the dark energon or whatever this energon is, because new universe, who knows what they're going to do? It's at the bottom of the lake, like on some Wakandan stuff, Namor stuff right now. But so they try to interrogate the Cobra Commander, but obviously he got traps. They try to take off his mask, and it immediately shocks this dude to the point where lightning's like coming out this guy's eyes and stuff. He passes out, and they start trying to fight over it. It's funny, man.
Yeah, I like the part where, like, the girl asks, like, "Who are you?" And Cobra Commander's like, "Your future ruler."
He's like your future master, okay? He's let him know straight up, you're about to be a slave.
Yeah.
We do that here anyway. She says, "Cute torch," and then the guy with a blowtorch basically comes straight up to Cobra Commander, tries to like crack his mask open. He makes a line, and it looks like Cobra Commander starts passing out.
Dude, they go round after round with torturing this Cobra Commander.
So think of like y'all, I guess y'all don't know what Cobra Commander. Think of wearing Cobra Commander's mask, so there's a line going straight down the middle, and then they started using it on his arm to torture him to get answers, and then they put a clamp on his helmet to try to, I believe it's like, I'm gonna try this. What you would say they're doing here?
No, they're doing everything they can to break open that helmet. That's what it is,
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know if it's a string clamp, like an electricity thing. But they pull up to the point they just get tired and start pulling out a bat and are trying to beat them to death. And it's funny because if you look at the panels and go down to the next one too, it looks like the Jason Todd like homage.
Yeah,
where him getting hit with the crowbars and then coming down to him just in the chair in the bloody room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's intentional. It's pretty good. It's very good art.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the guy comes up, he takes some of his blood and draws a smiley face on his mask. It's a very creepy, cool little image. I might make it a profile picture. It's pretty cool. It's generally unsettling, which is surprising for this book. Yep. But Ripper about to get his try, and we don't know what Ripper's doing initially, but the Cobra Commander basically starts snitching. Your brother sent me here on a secret mission. What kind of secret? Your sister called him. She said she needed help. And the guy's like, she what? She doesn't trust you. She can't, you see? Doesn't see you as her equal. You just like the rest of them. Her underlings, under her thumb. And it reminds me of the Joker. Because I think Joker did the same exact thing before. I kind of like the parallels to the Batman stuff right now. I was enjoying it. The guy immediately storms off. He also goes in front of his sister. The guy comes in with a chainsaw, and he tries to talk shit. If I cut off a leg, you might start whistling, huh? And he's like, oh, that guy who just left, he called you a poser because you're not a real Dreadnought. You were some kind of teacher who became obsessed with biker games while researching them, threw away your old life, and got lost in a new role. You act extra tough to prove you belong. He said you're not blood like the rest of them. And now this guy's going down. They go fight. It's hilarious. Just watch him cut people through the loop. She goes to, what did you say to my brother? Which brother? Oh, I see now. You told Xandar that my brother sent you. Does that worry you? I know you're lying, trying to sneak your way out of this. But it doesn't matter. We're family. You don't mess with family. And he's like, damn, you worry you lose control, huh? That's crazy. Enough of your mind games. Who do you work for? And then immediately the other two come in the room fighting. It's a good little manipulation issue, man. It's just great visually. They tried to stop the other two from fighting. Torch used the fire to, stop them for a little bit. As they do this, Cobra Commander slowly pressing some on his wrist. And she's like, what did you just do? What do you think I just did? And they're like, get this man out of here. We got to get this dude out of here right now. And they head outside, only for a Cobra Commander's bodyguard to show up. And I forgot this dude's name. I just remember this dude was the truth. I remember him being a cyborg, if I remember correctly.
I remember
Yeah, Jake.
first fight with Sergeant Slaughter, the security guard.
Yeah, Jake. They get this gnarly panel of a guy hitting him in the face with a chainsaw to reveal the metal Terminator like skin under it.
Oh,
And I
Destro?
was like, this is pretty great, huh?
Is that Destro?
It's not Destro. No, Destro. It's not. It's not him at all. If it is, we don't know that yet. But I think they say his name later. It's not Destro.
Yeah.
It's some guy with bat wings.
Oh, I'm not gonna remember him off memory.
Yeah, once he ripped off his skin and stuff, he revealed he has bat wings. He had a bald head, but it's not Destro. We already seen what Destro looked like in this timeline. But he says, I found the Energon, enough to power the army and all the other stuff. And fulfill our mission. Yet these dreadnoughts wish to deny Gullible? Say that ain't pretty. What is this? Gullibolus? Gullible?
Let's see if I can find the panel.
It's the panel right before the guy fully transforms.
And yet these dreadnoughts wish to deny Golobolos.
That is how you say it?
That's how I'm pronouncing it.
We might have to watch the episode of the show one day for real to get some. This was dumb. You can tell this is 80s. And it's good. It's great though. And the guy said, dumb straight. He started ripping off his clothes, ripping off the armor and all that stuff, to revealing he's wearing some type of succubus suit. I don't know to tell you, bro. It's a guy. He has like sexy bat wings. It's not like full on bat wings. I don't know to tell you, bro. He's bald. But it leads to the greatest panel I think in this universe so far. A Cobra Commander with a smiley face on, and it's just 3 reaction panels of him just standing there as everyone around him gets torn to shreds, and all you see is like, help, Flash, no, please, wait, what are you? Like shit like that. It's great. All right, this issue was amazing. This might be my phone profile, man.
Oh wow! If this is the fine time to be a joke, man, audience, go support.
Jake, I'm gonna post a picture so you can see it. Well, you already know the Energon Cube, but the Energon Cube just a regular Energon Cube, but pink.
Yeah. Good as you had a lot of fun with it, you know. So.
I guess that might be part of Megatron's plan, where he made them believe that pink Energon is what Energon is. All for them bring back all this dark Energon that he can use.
The blood of Unicron, is that?
Yeah, it might be part of Megatron's secret plan.
Yeah,
I can respect it.
Yeah.
But that's it. It was a good issue. It sets up Cobra Commander, how good he is manipulating. It's more only work because these dudes are dumb.
Yeah.
But it sets it up pretty well. He's a decent guy. He's a decent villain so far. We're still waiting for that first scene of him, Duke, or him and Megatron talking and stuff. That's the big reveal people waiting for.
That's where you'll get.
I believe it's gonna be great.
That's where you'll get your moment, Jake. Go Joes, all right.
Yo.
Yeah. I think Duke Book's gonna end with him saying "Yo, Joe" because he's gonna fully rejoin the G.I. Joe. Look, Jake, look at the panels I tagged you to. It's in our this thing.
But the audience can't see it, so let's move on to the next thing.
Yes!
I know. I ain't saying we let's do it on the show, but I just want you to see it. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, go ahead.
No, wait.
Yay! Alan Scott Green Lantern issue 5, Seeing Red. Before I even start with the book, I love the cover, by the way, like the main cover. It's really giving old school comics, and I can that, you know.
Will you post it later?
Anyways, we start off at the FBI headquarters in Washington because, of course, we are, you know. But anyways, someone gets a call. Like 2 people get a call, and they're like, shit, gotta call the president. And they're like, don't worry about it, I'll handle it. Big red button. You know what happens when you press a big red button?
The car boosters.
Besides the point, we have to go back to our Cold War Yowie, okay? Can't believe I said that on the fucking podcast. It's fine. Anyways.
And it's correct.
Yes. Cold War Yowie. Yes. Anyway, so we have to cut back to Alan literally being infused with the Crimson Flame. Remember that? Yeah. You know? And he's like trying to hypnotize Vlad into giving him information. And I was like, are you really gonna try to use some hypnosis on me? Like, my guy, like, I do need powers when they actually work, you know? And it's like, Alan is just filled with pure rage at this point because if you know anything about Green Lantern stuff, you know. Anyways, so basically, Alan is trying to get a hit on Vlad, but guess what? Vlad gets a hit on him because, of course, you know, why not? Anyways, so we cut to Alan's homie. I always forget his name. I'm so sorry for forgetting his name. I'm sorry. So he's listening to the radio, and they're explaining that, oh, a Soviet submersible that was discovered, you know, like, well, like, what happened to the crew? What, like, this, and this, and he's like, ah, shit, I gotta go, you know. But don't worry, we have to cut back to Alan and Vlad. They have to keep fighting, you know, because this is a superhero comic. And Alan is like, this isn't you, Johnny. And Vlad's like, Johnny is a lie. And Alan was like, it's not to me. And I'm like, damn, felt that to my core. This is what happens when you're gay. You have to deal with all this bullshit in your life. Anyways, so Vlad's like, I have to do things, you know. I have to do these things. And Alan's like, why? Just defy Stalin's orders, you know? Like, I'll, like, push for leniency if you confess your crimes, you know? And Alan's like, and Vlad's like, they would take this power away from me. Like, it isn't, like, it's not that small of a price to pay. This is keeping me alive. Because if you remember from the first issue, he basically died because of the Crimson Flame. Yeah, you guys remember? Yeah? But I do.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Alan's homie goes into the, to his office, you know, and finds the lantern. And he's like, shit. You know, he sees the lantern, and the lantern's is most likely talking to him because he's like, well, who said that, you know? But don't worry, we'll cut back to him in a moment. You know, we gotta go back to our doomed lovers for a moment. Anyways, and you know it's bad when Vlad is like, you don't look good, my dude. Like, and Alan's like, what do you mean this is keeping you alive, you know? And Vlad's like, oh yeah, we wanted to control it, but no one in the labs knew enough about it. So here we are, you know? And Alan's like, what did they do to you? Like, just tell me what they did to you. So, he does explain, you know, because, like, Vlad's like, I love my country and all this and all that, so I let them kill me and again, you know, and all this other stuff. But then remember when Alan's homie pulls up to his office? Well, he grabs the lantern, it shoots a green beam, and it hits Alan. Don't worry, he's fine. He's just in the he's chilling out in a
Boo.
green room right now, talking to his friend Jimmy. You know, and he's like, am I dead? And he's like, no. Like, you were just chilling in the warehouse of your homie, you know, of your maybe former homie. We haven't decided where we are at that, you know. So basically, Jimmy is starting to is explaining where Alan is, and Alan's like, shit, you're not Jimmy, you're the Emerald Flame. Why are you like what? So basically, I'm gonna just use Jimmy because if I say Emerald Flame, I'm gonna lose my mind. So basically, he's explaining that they are in the center of the Star Heart, which, keep in mind, I don't know much about Green Lantern lore. I'm only reading this book for right now. So if any Green Lantern fans want to give me a TLDR on all of the Green Lantern lore, I would highly appreciate it because I'm not reading the Lantern Corps stuff. I'm only going to be reading Alan stuff. So fuck all you bitches.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself. Anyways, so we basically get the TLDR of what the Emerald Flame is, what the Star Heart is, you know, and all this other stuff. But he also explained that the Crimson Flame pulled up to like all the greenness, you know. It's like, shit, man. You know, it's like it's erupting from a raging star. It's like coming to our your world, you know. It's gonna cause some havoc, man, if we don't stop it as soon as possible. You know? So, and Alan was like, well, why was I chosen to share this power, you know? And he's like, what's the key to my power? And guess what? You know what Jimmy says? It's your will. Like your will is keeping.
Oh my god.
Is like yeah, it's your will, dude. Like, you might not be a part of this corps, but you still have the willpower of a Green Lantern. And Alan's like, but I'm not special.
No.
You know, and Jimmy like caresses, like holds his face, and is like, when you held the Crimson Flame, it released it to save the lives of your crew, you know, and all this other stuff. And he explains that
You're special to me, damn it.
because he is. He's special. He's special. He's special to me.
I knew it.
Anyway.
I really did that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So Jimmy also explains that the power of the Crimson Flame of Death sits in a different part of the spectrum. You know, it's fueled by rage and all this other stuff. And Alan's like, "Oh yeah, I touched my ring with the Red Lantern, man. I consumed that power." And Jimmy's like, "And you nearly paid the ultimate price." And Alan's like, "Wait, nearly? So I'm not dead?" And Jimmy's like, "Bro, we restored you, man. Like, what was the point of this conversation if you're not getting it? You know, but don't worry." So Jimmy's like, "Yo, you got to get back out there. They're coming, and you got to go fight them." And Alan's like, "Wait, who do I gotta do?" But don't worry. Alan pulls up in his normal green fit with the green aura. Well, his green, purple, and red outfit because you know he doesn't wear a lot of green for being known as the Green Lantern. Don't worry about it. So Vlad is like, look at you all spiffed up. Well, I suppose it's a fair fight again. And Alan's like, no, I think we have better things bigger fight on our hands, you know? And Alan's like, something's coming. I think it might already be here. So basically, Alan and Vlad get to the roof and they see like all these like red spirals coming out of the ground and they're like, ah shit. Like everyone involved into the main story is like, ah shit, this don't look good, bestie. This ain't looking good. Like these are crimson energy blasts. Like, yeah, we can see that, Vlad. We have eyes. Anyways, so Alan goes to pick up a newspaper and Vlad's like, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you reading? Like, why are you looking at your cartoons? But don't worry. He sees the newspaper and he's like, why would they hide it from me? Like, what is happening here? Because like they kept a lot of things from him, you know, because it's the Soviets. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know much about the Soviets. They hide shit. I mean, every government hides shit. No one's safe from the government. Just remember that, guys. Anyways, so basically we see a couple people running from this big ass blast of crimson, you know. But before they're able to actually go do anything about it, this whole group of Soviet soldiers, I guess you could say, with superpowers, they're like, hey, Red Lantern, you're relieved of your duties. Big thanks to the Crimson Host. I think that's what their name is called. I don't know. That's a very interesting thought.
What? Repeat that name?
The Crimson Hole.
Yeah, it's like a group of 5. Not gonna lie, only the women have cool fits. I'm not gonna lie to you there. Those are the only 2 fits that I really fully like. One of them kind of looks like Baron Zemo, kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look these guys up. I'm not sending a picture now.
I don't know if I want that on my search bar.
Like basic ass like fictional Soviets like super soldiers, you know.
I would search them up, but I don't want that on my search bar.
You know what? I'll send a picture afterwards.
Okay.
But not important.
Okay.
So they explain that they are to replace the Red Lantern, and oh my God, Vlad says the funniest line in this whole issue. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me with this shit?" And he's like standing next to Alan, and Alan's like kind of dumbfounded right now. You know, and so one of them shoots a red like laser beam at them, and Vlad is like, "My lantern, where is it?" And the leader, you know, of the Red Host or whatever the fuck they're called, basically crushes the lantern and just throws it out like it's nothing. And Vlad's like, "Ah, shit."
Oh.
So one of the other ones tries to take off Alan's ring, and Alan just flicks him off, and he's like, "I don't think so, pal." And Vlad's like, "I swear I have never heard about these guys. I don't know who the fuck these guys are." And Alan's like, fine, but do you know how to beat them by any chance? And Vlad's like, without a charge, I don't think I'll be able to. And they're like, we need backup. And Vlad's like, what about your friends? And Alan's like, friends? I don't know. And then you see a text box being like, yeah, you do. And guess who pulls up?
Ooh.
I don't know.
The JSA. The JSA pulls up. Who else would show up?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a specific number. I don't know this team.
I don't know much about the JSA either, but I can at least tell you that it would be the JSA. I don't know who this guy is with the blue cape wearing the fucking not even Daisy Dukes. He's not even wearing pants. He's just wearing like these really like a unitard at this point.
Oh.
I don't know who you
That
are.
hentai.
I know the rest of you guys. And so it ends off with Jay Garrick pulling up with the squad being like, of course you do. Like, of course you have your friends, man. We're your friends. And the next issue, which is most likely the last issue, I hope not, is called Whose Beam Stands Sure. So that is the end of Alan Scott Green Lantern issue 5. This is a great book. You need to go read this book and the Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. If you do that for me, I will be happy. Yeah. Anyways, Cold War Yowie, guys. Cold War Yowie.
All
And I
right.
did that with my whole ass chest.
Gotcha.
Okay, you can talk about your last book, I guess.
Go ahead.
Oh. On the opposite side of Cobra Commander, we have Duke of the G.I. Joe. You cannot sing the theme. No, you cannot do that. Thankfully, he didn't even try. So as we move on, the base that Duke is imprisoning is under attack, and now he's at the mercy of Baroness. I almost forgot her name. I'm about to call it something outrageous. It was gonna be bad.
Come on, isn't that the first thing you think of when you see someone like that? Austin, come on.
When I first saw her, she reminds me, like, you get her white hair to like Black Cat from the PS4 game, like the full suit. But you had your chance to help me escape before all this started, hero. Duke is still bleeding. I think he got skipped on the leg. I don't think he went through the leg. And actually, like, now you're nothing but a paycheck to me. I'm going to take you out, retire to a beach away from all this. Anytime a villain say they're going to retire, they're alive. Okay, they get money, they blow money, and they end up right back door to door.
Oh.
But she's like, if you just give them this precious system that caged you your whole life, you're like, we all have our cages, Baroness, even you. And then I think he has a flashback or someone getting hit. Oh no, he was hitting someone. You were a spoiled rich kid who rebelled, but that wasn't enough. You kept rebelling against everything and everyone around you until there was nothing left. And he's having flashbacks of him fighting throughout early in the book. You're afraid that you've gone past the point of no return. But let me tell you, it's never too late to turn back. Is this advice for me or for you? Baby, but you're not stupid. You know the real deal here, right? With this kind of mess, the people after me will go scorch earth. And you'll get caught up in that because they're assholes. Becca Hall, help me or not. Otherwise, stop wasting my time and pull the trigger. She smirks. And she's like, you know what, you're right. Let's team up. And she immediately get a knife to her throat. She immediately get a knife to her throat. The Duke's partner Stalker finally made it down here. And I was like, that's hilarious. If she even tried to put it to her, she would have been killed. That dude was here immediately. But Duke, the band he is, said, hey, yo, calm down, still on our team right now. Worth rock and roll. We got to get going. He picks up his friend from early in the book off the floor. I believe it's rock and roll. I think I'm mixing up two different situations. There's two blonde people with beards, okay? The other one's rock and roll. And this is Duke. But they're all trying to break out of here. There's a hole in the floor now because all the RPG that went off earlier in the, I believe, issue 3.
Mm-hmm.
They crawl down. They're in the room with all the tanks and stuff at. They're like, yo, this is actually getting out of here. It shouldn't be that hard. And he's like, you know what I'm thinking? You build them, you break them. And I'm like, what are you planning to do? He's gonna get a super tank? Because They like you build them, you break them. It's not saying hey, yo, you just get in and drive away. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. The enemy was like just bombed the whole place to the ground. She owes me an eye because the Bearness shot him and spent his eye earlier. Now he has one eye. It's a gnarly little panel too. They did pretty good with the blood in the scene.
Oh, that was cool.
But he's starting to hear the tanks in it. Yeah, it's a really good little panel.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the tanks and all the other stuff. You hear the tanks moving, and you hear the jet turn on.
Yeah.
And you get probably the most American fast. They're like Fast and Furious for a second. With the tank speeding out, the truck speeding out, the jet. They're like, this could be Fast and Furious battle. You see the guy, you see this guy behind the steering wheel, like, it's nothing but family, son.
And keep in mind, like these vehicles are loaded, so they have to go along on just their stuff. You know?
Yep. The guy in the truck just started ramming. I think he rammed the helicopter.
Yep.
Which knocked people over. The guy just moving the tank, cannon around, knocking people out. The jet is just flying by people, not using the turbulence to knock people away. I was about to say that's gonna be a terrible death. Getting hit by a jet of all things. But they're telling everyone they aim at the jet, we gotta blow the jet down. And then the moment you see that, you're like, oh, okay, so Duke's not on the jet. That would make sense. Duke's not going out like that. But you see Baroness on a helicopter. Well, she kind of maneuvered to a helicopter when they got out here. And she escapes. One of the guys said Hawk is not going to be happy about this. And while this is happening, Duke gets into a different jet, as we see here. Oh, no. Oh, he's already in this jet. His partner is getting to something else. And he says to tell Duke, go live your life, go do what you got to do, bro. We going to figure stuff out here. And he flies away.
Oh,
And then it cuts to, who is this? What do you want to say?
go ahead.
We cut to, who is this? Oh, they just talk about they need more power. What happened to the power cores? They're already maxed out, sir. We already used all our power. They're not revealing who this guy is, but they show the bottom of his face in one of the panels. So it's very clear this is Destro. And like, hey, our regular didn't do the job. Duke is in the win. And he's like, damn, Duke gonna be coming for me. If he's not coming for me, he's already here. We need to be ready. Find a scrap iron. Tell him it's time. I forgot that was a guy. I thought he was talking about the actual metal. Find scrap iron. Tell him it's time to field test these new creations of his. They're not talking about new missiles. But as Duke flies away, he just thinks to himself, maybe this is it. What I gotta do? Could be nothing down. He checked his area that he got in a previous issue. Like something else can be down there. Something can be down there. I don't know. Until I get there, they shoot these missiles at Duke, but Duke is probably the greatest flyer in the series so far. And the man that was able to dodge and outmaneuver Starscream, like issue 1 of Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
So these missiles ain't really.
This was like something out of Top Gun, you know? It's Top Gun moment.
Yeah, it was a Top Gun tricks.
Mm-hmm.
The missiles hit his wings, send him crashing down to the earth. The guy smirking. The guy has a half burnt face. Did you notice that?
Yep.
I don't know who that is.
Hamburger.
But he's
face.
yeah, basically Freddy Krueger here. He like up the Destro calls him. I need an update. He's like, "Dang, no one can survive this." You see the crash ship, but he takes off. The guy takes off his mask, and he's basically just Two-Face.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you take off your mask? But they got hurt. This shit's terrible. This whole situation, all this dust and stuff going to your burn wounds. What's wrong with you, bro? But Duke obviously not in this jet anymore. What you want to say?
I was gonna say, he has to show his evil, man. Come on.
I can tell, bro. Look at them. I will give him an apple.
Mm-hmm.
But Duke is doing infiltration mission, trying to figure out what's going on. Trying to figure out who's behind this. But he's like, I know you made the robots. Whoever here made the robots, you killed my friend. I'm gonna kill your fucking robots. And then he gets grabbed by the throat by a robot. And I don't recognize the robot, maybe because I've not have seen G.I. Joe in a long time.
Yeah.
But it's a very cool design for a robot. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I think it has the. Do you recognize the symbol in his face?
I'm looking at it right now. Looks like a T.
Yeah, it was. It like the Kobe Bryant symbol for some reason. That's the word got a symbol like that. But I don't know. It's a cool little robot design. But we know Destro. It's weird they're trying to like slowly build up Destro, but they already revealed that Destro in a book, so we know it's him. You show the battle part of his metal face.
Yeah.
But you know what? More power to him. But it's interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how Duke gets out of this. Can he by himself find a very high class Terminator robot with a claw for a hand for some reason?
Oh.
So good luck to him, man.
Toss him a home.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about here. You just straightforward illustration issue. Not a lot of exciting dialogue, but the visuals and stuff is still up to par, like with everything else. It's still amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But the end of this, which you might be excited to hear this. At the end of this book, they teased the Creature from the Black Lagoon book that comes out in April.
Ooh. Which
doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is allergic to American patriotism, after all.
I'll tell you that at the end of this book, they teased that there's a Creature from the Black Lagoon book coming out in April.
I know about the book. I already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, you better have. You better be reading. Okay, you hear me?
Like a month ago.
You better have.
Mm-hmm.
Day one, you gotta see with the book. I want the picture.
Because I loved the Dracula book, so when I saw that they were doing Creature of the Black Lagoon, I was like, take my money now.
You know, the place I'm reading this at, because I didn't get to pick up my comics this week, so I'm reading this online. All the comics, there are 25 comics, all of them just said, this is far better than what Marvel DC are doing right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, the indies, man, they go, like, all out, man. They're like, you don't have to, like, stick with certain characters. Just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot less restrictions. Start out with, you go to, like, everything. Yeah. So, like that. If you like G.I. Joe, if you like action, this is the book. But, you know, it's not for everybody. It's a Joe American patriotism book, you know what I mean? So, like, if it's not your thing or you want to be inspired all the time, I guess don't read it. I can't really tell you. But it's a good book. Every book in the franchise so far, other than, like, Void Rival, I think is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Void Rival is very hit or miss. So when it ties into, like, Transformers stuff, it's good. When they're doing this random story about these two different races that are actually the same, but are at war for no reason, it gets pretty boring. That's why I'm talking about it on screen.
All right.
But that's it. I recommend it. I'm waiting, like Jake was saying earlier. I do want this book to end with Duke saying "Yo Joe" just for the hell of it. I want it to be the first one in the series. Him screaming "Yo Joe" at the end when he joins.
You gotta work up to that Avengers Assemble Endgame moment, guys. It'll happen.
But if Deathstroke wasn't revealed, they did do a good job of building them up so far.
Uh-huh.
But since we know it's something like, why are you hiding the panel? You were built like 3 weeks ago? That he's getting a book.
You mean
so like, you know, whatever.
Avengers Assemble, but he whispered it like an asshole?
Yeah.
Hey, that was more for the fans. Come on.
Bro, look, I'm just saying, if Thor didn't scream, no one would have thought about it. Okay?
Yeah, Tom Holland even said, I didn't even hear what he said. I just saw everybody running, so I ran too.
Yeah. But this makes me excited for the Destro and Scarlet book, because Scarlet books is one going to bring in Snake Eyes. You already know they're going to have eyes on that. And Destro, who I wasn't really interested in, I am interested to see what his goal is, since he has a goal outside of Cobra so far. Right. And what drives him to join Cobra.
Oh, by the way, I sent that picture of the Crimson Host, or whatever the fuck they're called, in the chat.
Let me look at these people, the Crimson Hose.
Not hose, host.
Okay, hose. You said hose, man.
Yeah. The one time you said hose, and then we just thought you said hose the whole time, which it was bad.
It's not my fault you can't hear the T. Anyways, like I said, like the female characters are the only characters that actually like are my favorite designs out of the entire.
But I do like for his point of view. I'm looking at the page you said, which is it looks kind of random. Like, who the fuck are these guys? They all got uniforms and shit. Like, how organized are these for them not to be known?
I don't know, but
What?
that panel with Adam and Vlad was just hilarious.
But other than that, we're done. Scripted. Go ahead. Wrap everything up.
We did it, guys. We reached the end. Yay! Plug in our socials one more time before we sign out, guys.
Okay, besties. First of all, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or I'm going to send Duke after you. I don't know.
Yeah, we're sending the dreadnoughts after you. And you thought them torturing Cobra Commander was bad. Wait till they do it to you.
Yeah, what else?
Why can't you guys send Marvel and
Anyways.
Pryor at people? Come on.
I already
No,
did that earlier,
I would like
remember?
that though.
I did that earlier.
And I would like that.
That's why I'm sending someone else after them. Anyways,
Exactly.
you can also follow us on Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69. Sometimes we do post funnies, but most of the time we do post updates every week. You know the gist, you know the dealio.
I might start posting Yu-Gi-Oh there. I just pointed out.
You gotta give me permission to post Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on there. Anyways, you can also follow me, your boy, at Comic Fanatic. Not Comic Fanatic. Well, you can also follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter page. You can also follow me at Witch with a D instead of a U.
Yeah.
You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Witch_Jotunheim.
Oh.
I do post things on there sometimes. Stay tuned for cosplay stuff this week if I actually get around to doing that. Yay. Anyways, like I said before, Austin is in your walls. He will make you read a specific book. I don't know what book that is, but you know, be grateful it's not me in your walls.
I'm in the wall right behind your headband. Your headband. No, watch out with your headboard. I mean, watch out what you're doing. I can hear it. I am right there.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm not in the walls. Anyways, Cryptid, he isn't in your walls, but he's the getaway driver, so you know someone has to drive. Anyways, Jake, he is in your toilet. Don't worry about why. Just be wary when you go take a piss, okay?
That was a good spot to hide out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Chucky hide there. It worked out for him.
Yeah. And there's two places where I might be, either under your bed or in the passenger seat of the car.
Yay.
Yeah. That's it.
All right.
Have a good night, audience.
We'll talk to y'all.
Ta-da-da!